Okay, what about like Chiron or whatever? It's like two-way. This is two-way, correct? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor the legacy of the late Mr. America WIAA, we recorded that past 20.
What is it? Hit submit.
Please remain standing and continue to honor our flag with your silence as it is retired after the plane. America WIAA.
Okay. Okay.
It's all about to be an American. Let's take a moment. Let's remember that.
Okay.
Visitor last name, first score, last name, home score, weight class, optional
Does something go here? Okay. Call me. You don't have to walk over there. Or when you All right. Huh? No.
You can hear us.
Okay.
On the webcast.
Yeah.
Because we can hear each other over here. So
I'll ask Woody when he comes back. Maybe is it this one?
that's for this.
Okay.
So you can just take that one out and plug this in.
Well, you'll need that then.
We're going to work this like this without
Oh, so just plug this into it.
We'll just pull that one out. Because we're not going to listen.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to use it like this. And in fact, if we slip, it'll feed back.
Oh.
So I need that head jack taken out.
So I can take this out and plug this in.
And then you could actually listen if you wanted to.
Okay.
Because we'll hear each other.
Okay.
Kick us if the level is bad or something like that.
He's the utility guy. I'm normally a Chiron off by trade, graphics, so.
Hopefully they won't give us the time in between matches.
You have to give them a CD. Yeah, I don't know if that's a sound system or if that's the CD. They're recording. If it's a recording, they're dusting.
Well, you know what? Should be thrown away anyway. I'm tired of that old geezer.
Yeah. He's dead, Paul.
I know. He's dead.
He cornered the market.
In optional?
Yeah.
We'll get someone else to wrap the America the Beautiful.
They're unwrapping.
In between matches.
They're unwrapping the flag.
Do commercials and Bob's here to show you how to do that.
Okay.
Have fun.
So what do we got working there, Ravani?
Okay. He just showed me.
We are getting on.
Check, check, check.
I will listen to everybody.
Check, check, check.
He's actually going to. He told me to plug headphones.
We're just
so
going
I
to use
can
it like
listen
this,
in.
Bob.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then that way, right. And then I figured he could listen in actually if he wants with this set. And
What do I build billboard, or
Three things you need.
Clear the way.
It's standing right now. Just leave it up.
okay.
And I do it now. I go on the inner right at 5 and just leave that up until
Okay.
we're ready to go.
And
So the billboard is still like in between when there's nothing going on, just put the billboard up.
okay,
And don't forget to mark in when you start going.
okay. Now what about go on air?
Yeah, it's going in first.
Go on air first, then
You're
mark
at
in.
5.
Okay.
Where the W or toss or WIAA network. Just talk about your map. We don't care about anybody else.
So I need billboard. The other one was
Scoreboard. Now, make sure they help you with who's the green. If you're not going to, help them with who's who. Just put the nice name of the kid in on the scoreboard. Green, red is probably the best way to do it. And just follow the scoreboard and score. And in the optional, round 1, round 2,
So do I
round 3,
put
and
do I
overtime.
put last name
No,
dash
just last,
green?
no, don't even worry about just name.
Okay.
And just for your ease of it, keep your visit green and your home red, then the score reads that way for you.
Okay.
But it's not really the big We could sort of cheat and listen to their podcast. I'm going to load them up right now. Video still.
Check.
Putting these in you can run them one at a time. After each match, when it's done, run one of these before you go back to the big slate. Just rotate it.
Okay. So
Here's how you run them. Watch this. Anyway, you're playing with your graphics. Now you know you want to run video. Highlight it. Hit play.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
Come on in.
they were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
So-and-so, that other coach. Not that that ever happens.
Check. Can you hear anything? Check.
oh, okay.
Mark in right before you start. Don't do it now. Right before you actually start broadcasting.
Okay.
Check. Check.
Now we're right here.
Oh, try another one.
He doesn't
Check.
need to hear himself.
Check. Can you hear anything? Check.
Ah. Maybe they're not working.
Check.
Ready? You guys ready? I don't think that's working.
Okay, don't worry about it.
It's bouncing the light.
All right, you're on.
Cal's got his whites on it.
This kid's the red.
Okay. Red.
And this kid's green. See the ankle bracelet? And that's the score up there, too.
That's Martinez.
No, that's Robertson.
Red Robertson.
Robertson's red.
What's the green Kennedy?
Well, good evening and welcome to the WIAA online video webcast of Met Classic 24. Paul Beatty here along with Greg Hargrave, and we're bringing you action right away. We're already into it. It's weight class 106. Sophomore Glenn Robertson of Fife wrestling Gabe Martinez, a junior from Quincy. And just underway again, 3 rounds of 2 minutes. And so far, not much happening out there, as you'll expect that in a title bout many times. Greg, right now the wrestlers are just really trying to get a handle on where they are.
Whatever butterflies they have, Paul, they got to get it out of their system this first minute. And then once they start getting on the mat and start rolling around, they're in their comfort zone.
It is. It's much different, too, because it is so wide open here in the Tacoma Dome. And right now we've got Robertson, actually Martinez, taking a shot on Robertson and missing there.
Yeah, Martinez is the one with a little bit of Tacoma Dome experience. He took 5th place last year, and this is Robertson's first year at the big tournament. So
Robertson was the region champ, and so was Martinez coming into this. And right now, we'll take a look at their bracket here in a moment, but both, again, just really feeling each other out early part of this match.
Wow, we just got our first stall warning. You were mentioning that Martinez was doing all the aggression there, so Robertson just got himself a stall warning. Hopefully that doesn't cost him in the long run. I don't very seldom see the small guys get stall warnings. It's usually the heavier weight classes because these guys are usually quick, and they go.
So down to 16 seconds to go here. No score in the match so far. And it looks like we'll end round 1 as they're tied up. Really not much happening here. And we're down to 5 seconds here. And that will take care of round 1. Round 1 in the books here. No score between Gabe Martinez of Quincy and Glenn Robertson of Fife. And now here the coin flip. And we'll see if the bottom here, which is going to be Martinez, can get the first points on the board.
Yeah, Martinez won the toss, and a lot of times coaches defer so they get their choice the 3rd round. But if this goes into one of those overtimes or double overtimes, whoever scores first is going to get their choice. So it's important to score first on these close matches. So he chooses down. More ways to score that way.
It's kind of like the coin flip of a football game, whether you want to go on offense or defense to start with.
Exactly. Their strategies the whole entire match, and it's no difference even for the 2nd round here.
So Martinez qualified, winning in the regional, or I should say in the semifinal against Kale Wojvodich of Foster, who we saw wrestle in the Region 2 regional tournament, was a champion there. He wins 2-0 in overtime to get to the championship.
I was just watching the match here. It looks like he's close to grabbing onto the toes, and that's illegal, but he let go. He's still driving. He's trying to roll him over and get some cheap tilt points here. He's got that leg right in there and going with a power half. But Martinez is doing a great job holding that off.
So right now Robertson trying to gain something on the upper end, and now we're in a stalemate, and they'll go back with Martinez in the down position and Robertson in the upper position, still scoreless. 52 seconds to go here in the 2nd round.
Yep, it's amazing of how many of these good wrestlers do use the leg now, but they got to watch those leg rides, because what they're supposed to do, the referees, is they'll give them a stalemate, and then the stallings start coming in. And Robertson already has a stall warning on him, so he doesn't want to give up those easy free points. So let's see what happens.
So, and as Robertson, he qualified with an 11-10 win over Martinez's teammate Alejandrez. Otherwise, we would have had an all Quincy final here.
Yep, I was thinking there was a good shot of that happening, but Robertson's a tough wrestler. He deserves to be here.
And now down to 15 seconds.
Trying to get the leg back in there. But Martinez doing a good job countering that. Got only about 5 seconds. It looks like it's going to be 0-0 going into the 3rd, Paul.
Trying to get an escape at the last second is Martinez. And the end of the mat, or end of the round, and we remain scoreless as we go into round number 3.
Robertson's now going to take the down position. So I don't know. Sometimes there's a strategy here, too. You don't want to score so quick to get the 1 point, because then they have plenty of time to get the takedown. So we'll see what happens here. He got caught locking hands right off the bat. That's a technical penalty, and he gets a free move here. So if he can get out of this, he will score his 1 point penalty plus his reversal or escape. And it looks like he's going to get an escape and a technical grabbing, locking the hands. So it should be 2-0.
2-0. Robertson comes up and takes the lead here with 1:45, and with very little scoring in this match, that may be all he needs.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, again, he has a warning for stalling, so he's going to have to wrestle or he will get dinged.
A little bit, but you get down to that last 20 seconds or so, now you got a 1 point, you can kind of play that way.
Then you can play that. You can give up one, but you don't want to give up one with more than a minute to go. You got to still be wrestling offensively here.
So right now it is Robertson and Martinez circling around. Martinez in the green, Robertson from Fife in the blue and yellow, and leading 2-0, coming up on 1:10 to go here. This is for the state 106 championship, individual championship. And right now, Glenn Robertson is, he may not have the experience of Martinez at the Tacoma Dome, or at least placing last year, but right now he's in control.
He's looking really good here. He's not in any content to do anything right there. He better watch out. He might get dinged here for a stalling, but right now he's just content to hold there and let that clock keep clicking.
At this point, do you go ahead and wait and see if you get the stall?
No, but I would act a little bit more busier than he is right now if I was him, though. Like shake him around a little bit or something. Act like you're trying to break him down. Right now, he just got dinged with the stall. We saw that coming. Now he's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive. There's 25 seconds. That's a lot of time.
25 seconds, 2-1 now, with Robertson leading, red over green, and 20 seconds to go. Martinez trying to pull a trick at the last second here.
Yeah, it is sad sometimes when the referee decides the outcome of a match, so it's nice if both wrestlers just go at it strong. We got 5 seconds to go, and he's moving. He's acting busy enough. He's going to end up winning this, Robertson. Congratulations.
And there you have it, Glenn Robertson of Fife, the winner. And Glenn Robertson of Fife will win it 2-1. That is the final. Yep, absolutely. And Glenn Robertson of Fife has gone on to take the individual 106 championship here at Matt Classic 24. Well, we're going to step away. There are 5 other championship matches going on around the dome. We'll be back with weight class 113 coming up after a brief timeout. You're watching and listening to Matt Classic 24 right here on the WIAA.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
It's however you want to say it. We really don't give a shit. It's a crybaby.
What did Burchett get last year? Oh, he didn't place.
I couldn't billboard.
This is last year.
There it is.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we get all our awards, recipients, medalists to the awards area for 106 pounds as soon as possible, please. We go to overtime in our meet championship. Trent Skelton from Liberty Bell and Jose Paco Marin from Canada's. Attention please, Mat 1A, we're going to wait. We want to start all of the division together.
What is the next weight class?
All right, introducing our championship matches at 113 pounds. On the D mat, Lane Edwards from the Kayak and Dean Belko of Liberty Spangle. At 1A, Joshua Salcedo from Ranger and Jeff Osmond Thompson from Harding. In 2A, Wyatt Scribner from Ellensburg and Brian Burchett from Kahaya. For the championship in 3A at 113 pounds, it'll be Josh Newberg of Kelso and Colton Tracy from Bonnie Lake. And for the championship at 113 pounds in 4A, from Evergreen and Michael Yilman from Tacoma, Tim Whitehead.
All right, baby. And are we back? Yeah.
All right, we're back here on the WIAA website here, webcasting the AA Mat Classic 24 Championships. We're at weight class 113. Paul Beatty here along with Greg Hargrave. In this one, it's Wyatt Scribner of Ellensburg versus Brian Burchett of Kahaya. Greg, what do you know about these two guys?
They were both 106-pounders last year, and Wyatt was actually a state champion, and Brian took 4th place last year. So I'm sure they've wrestled each other a few times before.
No question about that. So those were both 106ers last year, right?
Both 106-pounders, and they're both up one weight class again. Brian Burchett just did a nice, I don't know what you'd call that, a little fireman dump takedown there for 2 points. He takes the early lead on the defending state champ.
So 2-0, and it is Burchett on top. You would come in thinking that Scribner with a state championship is the likely favorite.
Yep, but there's a lot of improvement. Brian was a light 106. He was actually, his brother was in the finals with Wyatt last year. So this year he's caught up on weight. It's a little bit more of a fair playing field now when it comes to the weight-wise.
So Scribner will be in the down position as they get moved out of bounds, and Burchett trying to control from the top.
Yeah, Brian Burchett has a nice little cheap tilt he likes to do with the tight waist there, but I don't know if you could get away with those cheap points against the defending state champ, but let's see if he tries it or not. He's got a nice tight waist on right now.
That's a long way to go to think that you can make a 2-0. It's kind of like any other sport. When there is early scoring, there's sometimes that's going to be the case for the whole match.
Yeah, like we say with the state finals going on, you can't go in stall mode. It's got to go. You got the rest of the off season to rest, so they got to go for it. Leave everything out there on the mat right now.
So, and we haven't even talked about the team aspect of this, and there is still a little bit of a race here in the AA, although it would have to be a fairly surprising result for Centralia to overtake Deer Park, but we'll talk more about that. Right now, it looks like Scribner trying to reverse fortunes here.
Yeah, he did get a 1-point takedown, and they just gave him a 2-point 1-point escape, and now he just got a 2-point takedown. So he's going to take a 1-point lead going into the second round here, 3-2.
So 3-2, and Scribner takes the lead, red over the green, as we go into round number 2 of the state AA 113-pound individual championship.
Wyatt stood up the first round. Let's see if he tries to stand up again this round.
Try to pick up that quick, easy escape and then go back to work.
Exactly. You get 3 points out of that if you could get away with an escape and a takedown. So right now he's just hand fighting, moving around. Burchett's doing a great job holding him down to the mat.
And both of these guys, only sophomores. Scribner with a state championship already in his pocket, could make a run at 4 of them.
Yeah, I think Brian has something to say about this match. Let's see what happens. That's everybody's goal is to try to win those 4, and the hardest ones usually are your freshman year for sure. But if you're going to win, it's probably the 106 and the 113 pounders is where you want to start.
And there's another point for Scribner as he gets the escape, and now they're back on even terms.
Yep, let's see if Burchett goes with that fireman dump. There he was going to try it again. where he gets that underhook arm there and he tries to keep that and then hooks the leg and go for that little dump, but nope, it looks like Wyatt went for his first double leg takedown and got a nice takedown there, and now he gets a 4-point lead.
Big 4-point lead now, 6-2. Scribner leading Burchett. Scribner of Ellensburg and Burchett of Klahia. And
he's doing a good job trying to keep him into bounds. Burchett's trying to get out of bounds because he's got the turkey in on the leg, which is a great wrestling position if you're on top, but he just lost it, but that's okay. He's keeping the pressure on him. He does not want him to score this last 15 seconds, and Burchett should be thinking about trying to score this last 15 seconds.
Well, Greg, and there's a race here for third place Fife. We just saw Robertson win for Fife. They're in third place with 74.5 points coming into this. Ellensburg, fourth place with 70. So just to keep pace, Scribner needs to come up with a win here.
Yes, he does, and his teammate Tyler Coach is the favorite at the 170 spot. So they have a good chance of jumping up there into that third place if he can win this match right here.
And he leads 6-2 after 2 rounds of the 113-pound state championship AA here in the Tacoma Dome, Matt Classic 24. And we go into the final round here between Wyatt Scribner and Brian Burchett.
Yep, he tried a quick little roll there. We call that a 5-point move. Is sometimes when you could roll him over like that, you keep him on his back, you get some back points plus the 2-point reversal. But Wyatt knew what was going on. So he's just trying to keep him down to the mat, keep his belly on the mat. Burchett needs to get up a little bit. Pretty soon he's going to have to take some chances or some gambles here, because what's the difference between losing by 4 or 20 right now, right?
And Scribner, he hasn't gotten a stall warning yet, so he's got that in his back pocket right now, right?
Yep, and his hips are on Burchett's hips, and that is sometimes, if he's not making a great effort on trying to roll him over, he will get called for that. But right now, he's got the arm bar in. He's trying to roll him over a little bit. He's looking really busy.
So he's not only got the warning, he's also easily could give up a stall point at this time. And with a 4-point lead and a minute to go, you've got a little room to work with.
Yeah, he's in really no hurry he doesn't have to do any gambles, no suicide rules or anything to moves. He's just going to look for the basic arm bar, keep him on the mat, and be content with a 6-2-0 lead or 6-2 lead.
Burchett, he's got 45 seconds. What do you have to do in this position?
First of all, you got to get off your belly, and you got to have to gamble. You're going to have to roll or do a Granby or something. You just can't lay on your belly. And Scribner's doing a great job keeping him down, though. You got to give him credit. Good wrestler. Sound. 25 seconds to go. Wyatt Scribner of Ellensburg now 20 seconds away from his second straight state championship. Down to 15 seconds. And Scribner still, he looks like the one more busy as Burchett is laid out on the mat. We're down to 7 seconds. And Wyatt Scribner is going to be a 2-time state champion, and he is right now with a 6-2 win over Brian Burchett of Klahia. And Wyatt Scribner comes up with a big win. The second time. I think he's probably, he likes this. He's going to get used to this. Yeah, he's got a little bit of practice or whatnot, but that was a nice little dance he had there.
They were like the little character, a little have fun. I mean, this is a great event here at the Tacoma Dome, and Wyatt Scribner is our second individual champion here at the AA State Championships. We will go ahead and take another break here. We'll pause, and when we come back, it'll be weight class 120. That'll be Brian Burchett's brother, Adam Burchett of Klahia versus Jake Hanzal of Deer Park, weight class 120. That'll be coming up in a few moments. They will be doing the awards, I think, next for weight class 106, so we'll have a little larger delay between matches from now on as they give out the awards to the prior weight class throughout the evening. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with more from the Tacoma Dome, the AA Mat Classic Championships right here on the WIAA Network.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
Come on in.
They were so fast. We didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Green, whoever has the red one, I give them points. Oh, you're not putting it in? No, I just bet it. Okay, okay.
Yeah, Adam was in fast motion about 30 seconds. Jake Conzel, was he a state champ last year? He was a state champ, wasn't he?
Less than a half minute to go in our competition at 13 pounds. Here's the lead from right now. 12 to 3. Lane numbers of the guys.
He just said to put red and green, didn't he? He just said to put red and green.
He didn't win last year. Jake Conzel. I think he won the year before, though.
That might be it. Well, his name sounds familiar. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Time now for the presentation of medals at 100 pounds for the girls and 106 pounds for the boys.
The last names here? Okay, so Burchett?
No, he'll be green. Console will be red.
Okay, well, I'll just put, and then whoever has the CAL. Well, I mean, if this guy's red and this guy, so if he's green. Okay, so I'll just go like green, red. Okay.
Yeah, because he's a brother of the kid that just lost. He was insane. So we have to do see it like this next one.
This guy's going to point out camera's going to be on the inside.
It'll end up being red.
Okay.
Looking for the best name. I know they won't let him be there. From the stands. Yeah. Where's Snowbar at? Come on, Snowbar.
I did already. Yeah. No, I did. When as soon as you said we'll be right back, I just ran it.
Live interview? Live interview? Yeah.
Our top four finishers in the championship at 106 pounds were from Liberty Valley, North Place, Taylor.
Who are these guys?
You know the story on this guy? He didn't even wrestle sub. Yeah. He ended up taking a teammate's place that took 5th place in sub-regionals. And they petitioned him in, and the athletic directors over in Spokane voted him in. It was 2 years ago. He took 3rd last year. The kid over here took 2nd place to the kid that won the last match last year.
So this Burchett lost to him last year.
So they both had experience being in a final match before.
How many weight classes?
14.
The difference is you can't be over these weights. Or you can't be over that.
You gotta be
It used to be.
285-pound dudes can crash into his table. That's sad.
It was 215 last year. Then it was 190. That was my weight class when I wrestled. 300 pounds. I forget what it was. They're supposed to be within 10 pounds of each other. So if they're both 70 pounders, you're okay. Growth allowance?
Medals for the 106
I've been using those for a lot of years.
13 pound boys will be presented at the conclusion of these next championship matches. Introducing for the championship at 120 pounds in one day, Andres Pereira and Casper Christian, Josh. In 2A, the championship is 120.
Fabulous.
Good. I like hearing that.
We're the only table in Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the most personnel.
Okay, so is that correct?
I'm just
Ready to go?
And we're back here at the WIAA Mat Classic 24. This is a 2A state championship match at weight class 120. Paul Beatty here along with Greg Hargrave. And Greg, we have Adam Burchett and Jake Conzol. Conzol from Deer Park, Burchett from Klahia.
Yes, that Burchett might be a recognizable name. That was his brother that just got done wrestling that last match. Both these guys have experience in the finals, Paul. Adam, I might call him Brian once in a while, but you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Burchett here. He was in the finals last year against the Ellensburg kid, Scribner, yeah. And he took second place last year. And then Jay Conzol was actually a state champion 2 years ago, and he took third last year. So they got a lot of experience here in the Tacoma Dome.
This is one of the Deer Parks. Deer Park leading Centralia in the team category, 143 points to 130. Centralia led after 2 rounds, 68-67. They've been going back and forth, but a couple of matches this earlier today, especially a couple of semifinal matches, went Deer Park's way. And even though there are three, each team has 3 in the finals, it is going to take quite a bit to happen to get Centralia to be able to overcome the Stags.
Yeah, Deer Park did a great job. Oh, we just got a nice takedown here from Jay Conzol. Nice little fireman down. Oh, he could be in trouble, Paul. Let's see if he can finish it or not. Mr. Burchett's a tough wrestler, though. He has lots of experience, but I think Jay Conzol's a finisher. Let's see what happens here.
33 seconds left to go, so Conzol has a lot to work with here. He's got him in trouble. Referee right on top of it. The assistant right next to him. There it is, the pinfall. Pinfall for Jake Conzol of Deer Park. And if we go back to his bracket, he nearly missed the finals anyway, as he was wrapped up with Rene Gaspar of North Mason in the semifinals, Greg, and he trailed 6-5 with about 15 seconds to go in the semifinals, and then Consul pulls a reversal just to get here.
Exactly, I saw that match there, but what do you call it with good wrestlers? Luck goes your way sometimes, and it's really not luck. It's a lot of hard work, and things go their way if you work hard.
The other thing is you don't get a lot of early pins in the championship matches. That just goes to show if you make one mistake, the other guy is pretty good that you're wrestling, and they're likely going to take advantage.
Exactly, and the weird thing about that, he took Mr. Burchett down with his takedown. They like that little fireman dump thing, and they get on top of him, and Consul did it first, and he won with it. Congratulations.
So there you have it. Deer Park's Jake Consul, state champion at weight class 120 here at the AA State Wrestling Championships with a win over Adam Burchett of Klahia. And there is Jake right there talking to a local reporter over there from Spokane. And the junior is fired up and could be well back for a chance at a third championship next year.
Exactly, and that helped increase the lead for the team standings there for Deer Park also. So Centralia didn't want to see that happen. So
no,
I think they have it clinched up now.
It's pretty well clinched at that time. Centralia needed a lot to go their way, and they have some pretty tough matches themselves coming up. But that's not going to rain on the parade of the individual championships that are still to come. So we had a quick one here at weight class 120. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Weight class 126 of the State Wrestling Championships at Matt Classic 24 on the way here from the Tacoma Dome.
We were driving from Portland to California for a bike race when a tire went flat. We limped into Les Schwab, but it was closed for the night. Hoping for some good Les Schwab mojo, we began changing it ourselves. Just then, John appeared and reopened the store. He quickly assessed that all the tires were about to go and got us a new set so we could make the race. Super John deserves a medal for rescuing our road trip. I'm Kim Brown, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Check. we are back here at the Tacoma Dome. Matt Classic 24, the 2A state championships. Weight class 126 is up next. And we have Cole Harris of Deer Park and Nolan Takamura of Bellingham. Paul Beatty here along with Greg Hargrave. And Greg, what do you know about these two wrestlers?
Just last year, I believe, they would both wrestle at the 120-pound weight class. Cole took third place, Mr. Harris. I don't want to, I know he placed the year, he's a junior, and I don't know if he won his freshman year or not, so I can't go out there and say exactly what he did, but he did take third place last year, and Nolan took 7th last year. So,
well, and how they got here in the semifinals, Harris had to beat his own teammate Cody Den of Deer Park. He did so 7-1, while Takamura was an 8-3 winner over Cameron Nolan of Tumwater. And right now, it should be interesting to see the experience probably going to Harris.
Yes, Harris would have to have the experience here. You know, this is his 3rd year in the Tacoma Dome, and I know. Well, Nolan, this is his 2nd first year. I don't know if he was here his freshman year or not. So they're both good wrestlers.
Coming out here, and again, early positioning and establishing something. I would suspect we'll have some scoring here in the first round, unlike that we saw in the 106 where it was very careful.
Nice little drag there by Cole Harris, and he got it. He drew first blood. He got a 2-point takedown, and he goes straight to the leg. Right, he stuck the leg in there, going for a nice little tilt here. They're only about 90 degrees. He needs 45-degree break there for a couple seconds to get any back points.
So Takamura on the bottom now, looking for a way out, while Cole Harris.
There's his 45 degrees. I don't know if he had a 2 count there or not. I saw the referee wave his hand at least once. Yep, he got a 2 count in there. He gets a 2-point near fall, extended his lead 4-0.
So 4-0 with 50 seconds to go here in the first round. Cole Harris and Nolan Takamura going at it here, and Cole Harris trying to help his team as well. If it's not already clinched, a win here would definitely clinch the team title.
Yeah, there's a potentially dangerous there. Luckily, he stood up with that move because that was definitely a pinning combination Cole was going for right there. But it ended up being potentially dangerous since he stood up to his feet. That was a good strategy from Nolan. Got the leg in again, Paul. Cole's crowding him, trying to get some more back points here before the round runs out. We got about 20 seconds to go. I saw a couple, but no back points.
15 seconds to go now, as Cole Harris looks like Takamura is going to be able to ride this out with nothing, no more damage here in the first round, trailing 4-0. And while we round out round 1, and there's the end of it, 4-0 Cole Harris. Let's run down the other placers here in this weight class, Greg. 126, third place, Cameron Nolan of Tumwater. Lucas Garza of Othello was 4th. Cody Den of Deer Park 5th. Nicky Henderson of Burlington Edison 6th. Luke Shell of Stillicum 7th. And Moises Torres of Tyee was 8th.
Yeah, all tough wrestlers. This is a tough weight class here. Nolan picked bottom first. Cole's doing a great job riding him out again. Has his arm, another potentially dangerous. Got to watch out. Sometimes those potentially dangerous holds turn into illegal holds if there's actually cranking going on there or something. But right now, they're just potentially dangerous. They're watching the safety of the wrestlers. We don't want anybody to get hurt. The last high school match of the year.
And here Cole Harris once again wrapping him up, going with the inside move. And now it looks like he's going for a cradle.
Yeah, he's got a cradle. It's locked up. He's got plenty of time, so Nolan did a good job breaking that. Right now, I believe Cole Harris is still working on it, but he's in no hurry to do any gambling moves or whatnot. Sound fundamental moves. Another potentially dangerous. 3 different types of moves, 3 different types of potentially dangerous.
And it looks like he's just really grinding away at Takamura here and just probably sapping the energy out of him at the same time.
Yeah, not letting him rest at all. He's doing a great job trapping that near arm when the whistle blows before no one could even think about getting away. He's still going to try. He's still trying to dig that arm out to get the arm bar in. He's digging in there, digging in there. He's got plenty of time to take him over with it. The old-fashioned. Yep, he's got a 2 count. He still has the arm bar. He hasn't lost it yet. He's still trying to tilt him over. I think he already got a 2 count, so I think he has 2 points coming his way no matter what happens. He's got a 3 count, 4, and 5. Now he has 3 points on a minimum. He knew he wasn't going to pin him there, so he let that go, and he's going to try to start over here. 7-0 lead.
That did not look like a very comfortable move there.
No, it's not comfortable, but state championship matches, people don't like to give up those pins. We got a 7-1 with about 5 seconds to go here.
So Takamura going to trail here 7-1 as we come to the end of the second round here in the 126-pound weight class championship AA here at the Tacoma Dome at Matt Classic 24. And it has been a tremendous tournament once again put on by the WIAA and everyone that does that. And here very quickly, Cole Harris is out of trouble.
Yeah, during the break there, Coach Jurgensen was saying, should you go up, because the only way he's going to lose this if he gets to his back. So he wanted Cole to start up on it on top, but he says, no, I can get away, Coach. And, yeah, he did it in about 10 seconds, so it's good reversal on Cole's part there.
And right now, Cole Harris just really dominating this match, and it didn't look like he had a tough one in the opener. No, he didn't. I was looking at the wrong one. Looked like he had a pretty smooth. He had a pin in the first round, 8-0 in the second, 7-1 in the semifinals, and now up 9-1.
Yeah, he's wrestling very solid during this tournament. Nice tournament for Mr. Harris. But it looks like he's not content with just a 9-1 lead. He's trying to get a pin here in this finals. He's got him on his back. Oh, he's almost got a Saturday Night Ride in there, but it slipped out. Good enough for 2 points, so it increases the lead 11-1. And he's got both legs in now. He's going to arch. I bet she's going to try to dig in a power half or something in there. There it is. There's the power half. Push it on the back of the head. He's going to tilt him. The referee's probably shouldn't call potentially dangerous on a power half because it's just a move, but let's see here. I don't know if he got any back points there or not. It's potentially dangerous.
Just apparently maybe a little too high on there or something?
Sometimes the bottom wrestlers just fight too hard. So they rather have the pain than give up back points, so the referee sees it's going to hurt, so he just calls it for safety reasons.
And an escape by Takamura with 15 seconds left to go, but Cole Harris about ready to be crowned champion at weight class 126 here at Mat Class 24 as they get off the match. And look at Takamura run right back to the center, and he wants to wrestle as hard as he can all the way to the end of this with 6 seconds to go. Takamura trying to get at a stall against Cole Harris. With 1.5 seconds to go, really doesn't matter. He really wants to just wrap this thing up, and that's going to be it. And there'll be one more point that will go. So the final score will be 11-3. 11-3, I think. 11-3 will be the final score, right?
11-3. Yep, he gave up that last point there on the stall.
So he did give up the last point. So 11-3 is the official final score, with Cole Harris winning it of Deer Park over Nolan Takamura of Bellingham. And we are now through, the real lightweights are kind of starting to get into those heavier weights, if that makes any sense. And we will have weight class 132 next, and that's going to be Cody Yike of Olympic against Aaron Arredondo of Toppenish. And Greg, looking ahead, that looks like that could be a pretty good match here at 132.
Yeah, it's always watching those two. is always fun to watch. Cody Yike is a returning state champion, so we get to see another state champion go at it. That'd be fun.
All right, that'll be coming up. We're going to take another break here as we are wrapped up. Weight class 126. Our state champions so far, Glenn Robertson of Fife at 106. Wyatt Scribner at 113 from Ellensburg. Jake Consul from Deer Park at 120. And Cole Harris also from Deer Park at 126. 132 is up next. We'll take a break here on the WIAA Network.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
we're back here at the Tacoma Dome, Matt Classic 24. Paul Beatty along with Greg Hargrave here on the WIAA Network. And we are coming up on weight class 132. Here, Greg, we've got senior Cody Yike of Olympic taking on Aaron Arredondo of Toppenish.
I guarantee you this will be an entertaining match. It always is watching Mr. Yike. Last year he took first place at the 126-pound weight class, and then Aaron took third place. So they both got a lot of experience here in the Tacoma Dome.
So Arredondo and Yike going at it here, just underway here in the first round, and you can see a lot of energy between the two of them.
Yeah, they're both offensive wrestlers, which makes it very interesting for the spectators. Let's see who's going to make the first blood here. They're playing around with each other, attacking each other's heads, trying to get inside position. Don't want to make a mistake or anything in the state finals, so Yike went for a leg. We got a nice sprawl here by Aaron. I'm saying Aaron because I really don't know if I'm going to destroy his last name or not. So.
Arredondo there is on top, and is it one of those things where these two are thinking 2, 3, 4 moves, and once one goes, they're going to fall like dominoes?
Well, it's sort of one move now because they've wrestled so much. It's all reaction after that. It's just they just do whatever comes to mind. There's no time to think sometimes. Looks like we had a snap down front headlock, but nothing came out of that again. Cody finally went in, has a leg nice and deep. He's going to want to try to keep him in bounds, though.
And he's going to be out of bounds, the whistle. And that's one of the questions that people have with so many matches going on at the same time and all these whistles. So if you're a wrestler, you keep going until you know for sure it's time to stop.
Oh, that mistake has happened way more than once in this tournament already today. So, yeah, just keep going until the rule of thumb now is until you feel him tap you on your back, it's over. So let's see what goes on here. We got 30 more seconds in the first round, 0-0.
Right here, both wrestlers still tying each other up. As Greg said, both pretty much offensive wrestlers, but so far both doing a great job defending their own territory.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that there isn't any scoring this first round yet. Cody did a nice throw there. That's a little intimidation there, trying to do a little extra activity out of bounds, but he's okay. It's 14.
That was a great hop by Arredondo to avoid the takedown.
Yeah, like you said, you're doing a good job on their defense right now. Submarine backdoor. I think Cody's going to get some points.
And he will get the 2-point takedown with 3.2 seconds left to go. So Cody Yike will take the early lead here in round one of weight class 132. Arredondo will go down, and Yike will just grab the leg, and we'll run out of time. And now we're into round two. Let's run down the other finishers. In third place, Andrew Peterson of Bellingham. Reese Zenkner of Fife was fourth. Alex Rockstrom of East Valley Spokane was fifth. Jeff Duncan of WF West was sixth. Logan Merkel of East Valley Yakima seventh. And Jeremy Jackson of Sumner finished eighth. Yike defeated Rockstrom, who ended up fifth overall in the semifinals, while Arredondo knocked off Zenkner, who finished fourth overall to get to the finals between Yike and Arredondo.
Yeah, Cody won the coin flip. He chose to defer to the third round, and Aaron took bottom. So let's see if he can get a point out of this. He's onto his feet. Cody's just going to try to keep onto this front headlock, pretending that he's in total control still. Let's see what happens. Sometimes if they go out of bounds like this, they'll still give him a 1-point escape. There's a 1-point escape. They're out of bounds.
So both wrestlers will be in the neutral position now. 1:16 to go here in the second round. 2-1. Yike up 2-1 on Arredondo. And what we thought might be an offensive outburst has been all defense.
Yep, 2-1. And they're back to this front headlock position. Referees are going to call stalemate here pretty quick. Yeah, there it is right there. He's just keeping Cody from from grabbing onto his legs. Cody got his legs one time and got a takedown out of that, so he's got to get a hold of one of those legs.
Now they'll make sure the headgear is okay since there was a break in the action.
Yep. Got 50 seconds to go in the second round here. He's got nice control with one wrist.
And with so much offense normally from these two, boy, one move, and a move like that could be disastrous.
Yep, both very quick athletes. They don't like to give up anything. They got a scramble going on here. That has to be potentially dangerous. Oh, 2-point takedown. It was close. I'm not going to sit here and argue with it, but there should have been a potentially dangerous there before. It was almost like a chicken wing or something on that armbar lock that Cody had.
Now the coaches want to go over and talk with the official. And in this case, I think the official, there are two officials on this. There's two officials on the mat. And the head official, the second official, only gets asked when the head official wants help on that, right?
Exactly. And even if the opponent's out of bounds and both of your feet are inbounds, that is a takedown, but you still got to be in control. So, but with both referees looking at it, I'm sure it was the right call.
So 4-1 here with 10 seconds left to go. We could bring in our referee expert, John Lane, who is with us as well. And John is a referee himself. And John, in two-man mechanics here, it's not like you'll see in football where one official may run up and overrule the other. There's quite a protocol for that.
Well, in that situation, your official, the helper, was pointing at the toes, showing that the toes were inbounds, and that he felt that there's a drag, so that Hike was in control as he went out of bounds.
All right, there you go. Just like like Fox TV, we have our official come on with the explanation. 1:50 to go here, and we're just underway in the third round.
Another leg right in. It's about the third leg rider we've seen tonight.
But a potentially dangerous hold there?
Yeah, whenever somebody gets a leg in and the bottom man ends up getting on his feet, it's usually called potentially dangerous right off the bat.
So now here's Arredondo in the upper position.
The leg's in again. He's going to try to stand up, and they'll call potentially dangerous again.
So what is Arredondo trying to get accomplished here?
He definitely doesn't want Cody to stand up when he puts in the leg. He's trying to break him down so he can stick in a power half for something and get some back points. He needs a 3-point move here.
1:38 to go in the match. And Cody Yike, defending state champion, with a 4-1 lead, trying to slip out of it to add at least another one, 2. And he's back on his feet trying to break the hands. And this is just trying to get away at this point.
Yep. Aaron's going to have to get him down to the mat. He's got to roll him over for some back points, or there's another strategy. If you just want to let him go and you think you can throw him to his back, you could get 5 points there. But right now, Cody's doing a great job acting busy. 1 minute to go.
Didn't look like anywhere in this match that we could see a 5-point move out of either one of them, frankly.
Yeah, it was hard to see a 1-point move there for a while. So, yeah. Right now, Cody's looking in a pretty good position here. If he stays off his back, he wins this match.
1 minute to go. Round 3, the AA 132 weight class. Now there's a caution.
Yeah, I think you get 3 cautions before and then the fourth ones you'll actually give up a point. So you could give up a few cautions. That should have been another one.
And it is.
So still no harm yet. But when you jump start, or if you hold on to them differently, or if your hands and knees aren't where they're supposed to be on bottom, those are cautions. Cody's doing a good job moving. He's going to get some points here, Paul. Let's see what happens here. Just gets his one. He's happy. And now he can be in stall mode. He's just going to act busy. He's going to act like he's going to shoot. I'll be surprised if he does shoot. But he doesn't want to get that stalling call, so he's just going to act busy.
5-1 with 33 seconds left to go. Cody Yike 30 seconds away from Olympic from his second straight state championship, tied up in the middle with Aaron Arredondo of Toppenish.
The last thing Cody wants to do is tie up. So, no points scored yet. He wants to get out of that. He would rather just give up 2 points than tie up right now. So he's content. He knows what the time is, what the score is.
6 seconds to go, and Cody Yike about ready to claim championship number 2, and there it is. The final, Cody Yike, a 5-1 winner over Aaron Arredondo. Yike of Olympic waving to his fans up there in the Tacoma Dome. And Arredondo you're obviously upset when you come so close to your goal, but this is a heck of a matchup between those two.
Heck of a matchup. The only sad thing is he's a senior. Well, they're both seniors, but losing your senior year is your last chance, to get that state championship. And it is a big deal to be a state champion, Paul. I mean, not too many people in the school could name the list of second placers in your school. They can sure name the first placers, though.
That's true. That's true. So there's a 132. Cody Yike, the winner.
Just found out it was Cody's birthday today.
Oh, Cody Yike's birthday today on top of everything. Up next, weight class 138, Jake Velarde of North Kitsap and Joe Grable of Deer Park. And Velarde's going after 3 straight championships.
Yep, this is it. He's only a junior also, so he's one of those few athletes that has the potential to get the four titles, but he has to go through a tough kid from Deer Park, Mr. Grable, and it's going to be a fun match to watch.
All right, folks, that's coming up next. Again, our champion at 132, Cody Yike of Olympic. We'll take a short break. When we come back, Jake Velarde and Joe Grable will grapple for the 138 pound state championship here at Matt Classic 24 on the WIAA network.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said, "Go to Les Schwab." When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we're back here at the Tacoma Dome getting set for the weight class 138 championship between Jake Velarde, a junior of North Kitsap, against sophomore Joe Grable of Deer Park. And once again, going for 3 in a row for a junior. That's a pretty special mark.
That's a very special mark, but he's got his hands full. Last year, Jake was wrestling the 120-pound weight class. Now he's up to 138. They're getting bigger, and it'll be tougher this year and next year to get that 3rd and 4th crown. Let's see what he can do.
Well, look at Grable. He looks like a box out there. He is well proportioned.
Yeah, he's very sound. They're both I don't want to say off-season wrestlers. They're both freestyle and Greco wrestlers too. So they put in about a good 8 months out of the year they dedicate to wrestling.
So Grable and Velarde going at it. And is there something, I mean, if you're a Deer Park wrestler, there's just something also a little bit magical about that as well.
Yeah, they know how to win. That's what it's called. So they're going for their first title here with Joe. So let's see what they could do here.
They've already got 2 winners, Jake Conzel and Cole Harris, and this will be their final wrestler in the finals tonight for Deer Park.
I believe they have the 220-pounder. Am I right?
Oh, you're right. Rodriguez, yeah. One more.
Yeah, that was good memory, huh, Paul?
That was.
All right, Joe just took a shot. The first one didn't quite go anywhere. Jake has a front headlock on him, content of just starting over. They're both feeling each other out. Sometimes when you got 2 real good wrestlers, they're not the most exciting matches in the world. But if you know what's going on, they're pretty exciting. It's like good defensive in the NFL. Some people like defensive games. Some people like the offensive games. This is a great wrestling match right here.
Well, you're just not going to get beat by these experienced wrestlers. That's why sometimes the ones that are most surprising are those wrestlers that have not been doing it very long, and they can surprise an experienced one. I think sometimes because they do something so elementary, they're not expecting it at this level.
Exactly. But right here, there's just a lot of respect for each other here. So they're just taking turns, feeling each other out. I have a feeling it's going to be a 0-0 after this first round here.
This is very likely going to be a maybe top end 5 points here in this match.
Yep. Now, you remember when I said when they win the coin toss, most people like to defer to the 3rd round? This might be that example where they might choose down. Nope. Mr. Jurgensen, Coach Jurgensen deferred this time.
And so Velarde will go down. And
yep, Jake's going down first. He's going to try to get the first score. Let's see if he goes for a 2-point reversal or just a 1-point escape. Getting out of there. He got his 1-point escape. Scores 1-0, Jake.
You just wanted to get that point out of the way sometimes?
Yep. Let's see if we're going to get a takedown this next minute and 45 seconds.
So Velarde and Joe Grable of Deer Park. Velarde trying to get it to 3 straight championships, and Grable trying to be the new kid on the block here.
Yep. We got ourselves a junior. Is Grable a sophomore? Yeah, and a sophomore out there. Yeah, even though they're not seniors, a lot of experience between those two. Hundreds of matches they've wrestled.
Velarde advanced with a win over Michael Stewart of Centralia, a pin in the semifinals, while Grable knocked off Blake Haberman of Ellensburg 5-0. So both come in with pretty strong performances in the semifinals.
Uh-oh. Joe's got behind him. Oh, off of Jake. Jake made the shot. Joe did a great spin behind. Almost scored a takedown there.
So here comes Velarde and Grable tied up in the middle of the mat.
Jake has a 2-on-1 there, grabbing onto the wrist there, so Joe can't do any offense, but Joe said none of that. He went back to it. He's got a 2-on-1. He just grabs onto his wrist there. That keeps him from doing any shooting or anything. It's not quite like a Russian or something, but it's something to slow him down. So we got 20 seconds to go here. He made a nice effort, shot there. Good defense from Jake Velarde. Out of bounds.
at this point, Velarde's got that 1-0 lead. You also want to make sure you don't do anything to lose that lead here in this round.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Grable will choose down the third round, though, so it'll be interesting to see if he goes for that one or if he tries to get a 2-point reversal. He's not. I don't think he's going to score right away. Let's see what happens here. He's going to choose down.
Quickly, the other winners here in weight class 138, Maverick Runaway of Fife was third. Blake Haberman of Ellensburg fourth. Michael Stewart of Centralia fifth. Cody Chapman of East Valley Spokane was sixth. Jed Schliessman of Sumner seventh. Cody Edgerson of Sela was eighth. And so 150 to go, underway here in the third round. 1-0. Velarde on top, and on top here out on the mat.
Yeah, Joe had a great takeoff right off the whistle. Jake did a good job keeping him down on the ground, though. So let's see. Jake will do a great job holding Grable down, but he's going to have to act busy the whole time. See how he has that cross wrist there? If you got that cross wrist there, it's hard to do anything from the bottom, but Jake doesn't want to get any stall warnings here also. So let's see what happens here. Grable's going to move quick on the whistle. Watch this.
So Grable in a down position, quickly up. And one of the coaches from Deer Park wasn't happy with that start.
Well, you thought he had a jump start on that?
And that's what he's going to ask. See, let's bring in John Lane, our official expert here. What'd you see on that? The Deer Park coach is not happy with the start of that.
Well, he thinks that the tight waist forced both wrestlers to go out of bounds, so his wrestler either should get a favorable position or get an advancement point. But they ruled nothing. Both officials nodded. Now they're starting over.
All right, here we go. 1-0. Velarde on top. Joe Grable of Deer Park underneath, needing to find at least 1 point here in the last minute 10 to try to advance this match.
Yep, Jake does a great job grabbing that ankle right off the whistle to keep Grable from escaping. He held off the first minute. Let's see what he does the second minute of this last round here. Can he hold on to that 1-0 lead? I think he's going to have a hard time rolling him over. He's a strong, good athlete, good wrestler, Grable is. So let's see what happens here. We got 45 seconds now. And he's just working them, acting busy.
And now out of bounds. Out of bounds may have saved a stall warning at that point as well.
Exactly. Let's see if Jake tries to grab that near ankle again, or if Grable, if he wanted to, he could sit on that ankle or something if he wanted to. But if he hasn't never practiced it, now's not the time to practice new moves. See, I see he got that ankle again. That stops everything he has planned. But now he has to hand fight. He has to get out of there. Time's running out. You got to go nuts. And again, losing by 1 point or 3 points, really no big deal. So he's gonna try the hardest he can this last 20 seconds. Granby rolls, see? And everybody's saying, oh, wow, I can't believe he's on his back. Again, he had to take a gamble. He has to try. Now he's going to try to throw him.
And now they get off the mats. And now we'll have now we're looking, the score should be 3-point near fall. So 4-1. 4-1 with 8 seconds to go.
Yep, 4-1. Jake doesn't have any stalls, so he can just run away if he wants to. Get away from him. Get away from him. Grable's just showing a little frustration. That's all right. They're both good athletes, good kids.
And North Kitsap's Jake Velarde, now a 3-time state champion, as he knocks off Joe Grable of Deer Park. And why do I think this is not going to be the end of this story?
Yeah, they're both coming back, Paul. The way Jake's been gaining weight, though, who knows what weight he's going to be next year.
Looks like Grable could put on a few pounds, though, too. If they end up in the same weight class, that could be one heck of a year next year. But in the meantime, it is Jake Velarde of North Kitsap, his third straight state championship. And he has claimed a 138 title. Up next, we have a battle of the Evergreen 2A Conference, 145 from WF West, senior Andrew White will take on junior Kellen Pelzel of Centralia. That's next at 145. We will take a timeout. When we come back, weight class 145 is next here in Matt Classic 24 here on the WIAA Network.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
"Come on in."
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
All right, we are back at the Tacoma Dome. Weight class 145. It'll be Kellen Pelzel of Centralia against Andrew White of WF West. The other placers at 145, Schaefer Hendricks of Blaine, or Blanchette, I think. I think it's Blaine. Kamal Katishat of Ellensburg, Carlos Toledano of Cedar Crest, Matt Miller of Deer Park was 6th. 7th was Brian McCarty of, I'm not sure which, you know which high school that one is? North Mason, that's it. And A.J. Milliard of North Kitsap. Here, Andrew White and Kellen Pelzel. Pelzel beat Hendricks of Blaine by pin in the semifinals. White took on T-Shat of Ellensburg and had to hold on to win that 7-5. These two wrestlers have met each other several times, including at regionals, where Andrew White held on for a 1-point win. In the duels, when the two teams faced each other, I can't remember. They faced each other at least 3 times this year. White has won all 3 of them, twice by just 1 point, though.
Exactly. And not only did they wrestle each other this year 3 times, last year they were in the same weight class. If you look at the Washington map where Centralia and Chehalis are, the city limits butt up to each other. These guys are next door neighbors. They know each other very well.
Right now, do you think that any of the momentum could be going Pelzel's way a little bit? He finished strong at regionals. He came out and had a very impressive pin in the semifinals, and Andrew struggled a little bit to get through to hold on to that semifinal win.
Well, if he's ever going to beat White, this would be the time to do it, but I haven't seen it yet, so let's see what happens here.
Andrew White and his brother Kirby White, they come from Prodigy, and he's got tons of experience here, and this should really be a fun match.
Yeah, Andrew White is a senior, and Pelzel is a junior, and this is the 3rd year in a row that Andrew's been in the finals, but he hasn't won yet. He's taken 2nd place the last 2 years, so he wants this pretty bad.
No question about it, and we're off and running with Pelzel and White, and we might see something early in this match.
Yep. Andrew White loves to tie up, do what's called an American handshake. It's almost like a head and arm, but Kellen knows everything what he wants to do, so he's not going to give. I don't think he'll give him that throw. So let's see what happens here. He's got a Russian on right now. working with the feet, working with the Russian. Right now, I'd have to say Andrew's more offensive.
Andrew tends to be very offensive, especially early in the matches, and that's twice against Pelzel as well, and then tends to kind of hold on there in that third round.
Yeah, he likes to get that lead, and then he does the leg ride stuff and tries to act busy and all that kind of stuff, but he needs to get some points first. 0-0 right now, first 45 seconds.
So Pelzel in the orange and black, and Andrew White in the maroon of WF West. WF West, the last team to win a state championship other than Deer Park, and his brother Kirby had a lot to do with that particular team as well.
Exactly. And right now, WF West has made the top 10 on the scoreboard there. They're in 10th place team-wise, too, so they didn't have too bad of a tournament right now. Centralia, on the other hand, is number 2 right now, and I don't think anybody can pass them, and I don't think and they can't pass Deer Park either, so they took second place as a team. They had a great tournament. White just got himself a nice takedown, drew first blood. He's going for a tilt. We got a 1 count. He needs a 2 count, though, to get any points. There's 1. No points scored there. And it looked like Andrew just sort of dragged him out of bounds so he could start over.
So 2-0 with 21 seconds, 21.9 seconds to go here in the first round. And you can see Andrew White probably strength-wise stronger than Kellen Pelzel, but that's not the only way to win a match.
Yep, but Kellen does have the length. He's stringy, so sometimes those guys are hard to wrestle with. Trying to figure out where these hands and legs are all coming from. There's that leg right I told you he likes to put in, but there's short time. He just stuck that in there to make sure there's no points scored for the rest of the round. He's looking really busy. It's going to be 2-0 first round.
2-0 after round number 1 between neighbors, frankly, WF West and Centralia High School. They call them the Twin Cities down there in Lewis County. And there's quite a rivalry between the Bearcats and the Tigers, and it's extending right here into the championship match of the 145-pound weight class at Matt Classic 24.
Yeah, Pelzel had the choice to go up or down, and Centralia always goes down. But this time he deferred, so Andrew had his choice, and he picked down. Uh-oh, he's in trouble here. He's got his leg and the arm. So Andrew's actually in control here. He should have a 2-point reversal and some back points. No, he's going to lose the arm. See, that referee's got to see if there's any exposure. He's in control now. It's 4-0.
So 4-0, 1:20 left to go, and Kellen Pelzel now trying to reverse fortunes here, and he will be on the bottom now.
Yeah, the Chehalis coaches think there should have been a 2-point near fall there, but it's a good call. There's 2 of them out there. But the referee's got to know what these moves are, though, sometimes.
Yeah, but that would have been a half a second, 2-second count there. That wasn't even really close, really.
That's why I'm glad there's 2-man mechanics here, because they can talk to each other. They'll try to get the right score out there, and I believe 4-0 is the correct score right now.
So right now, Pelzel's just trying to get anything on the board.
Yeah, we got 50 seconds to go. I'm surprised they didn't call stalling there, actually. He just held onto the leg and stayed there, but they called that a stalemate. There's a nice tight waist. Broke him down to the belly. Pelzel has to do some hand fighting down there, got to get away. He needs to score this round to keep it within a one move match here. He's going to get that leg in again, Andrew. Yep. Got to act busy. And what happens, Paul, if he stands up? You remember?
Potentially dangerous.
You're learning. I like that. His hands are still on the ground there, so it's not potentially dangerous yet. That powerhouse is going to come in there. He's going to crank on that a little bit. Tell you the truth, I don't think he's actually going for back points right now. I think he's just trying to act really busy, making sure Pelzel doesn't get any points.
Down to 11 seconds and another stalemate here, and that'll put Pelzel on the bottom once again.
Got 11 seconds to go. You think he's going to try to sneak in a leg here real quick? Let's see. He's down. He's down. Come on, don't make me a liar. Stick that leg in there. Nope, he's just going to hold on to the leg. There you go.
And that takes us to the end of round number 2. So Andrew White has yet to taste a state championship. He's been in the finals for 2 straight years. He is now 2 minutes away from claiming the top prize with a 4-0 lead going into the final round.
Belzo picked neutral position, on your feet. That's where he feels more comfortable or where he thinks he can score his points. Let's see if he can. Oh, nice little ankle pick. Has to finish it, though. Has to finish it.
And that's what he did in the regionals. He caught Andrew at the last second in some type of move and pulled within 1. And that's what he's looking for, is just that one opportunity.
Yep, Andrew has a nice little single leg in there, nice and tight. He's going to hold on to that for a while. Potentially dangerous is called. They're back on their feet. Still a 4-0 lead here from Andrew.
1:23 to go. And with a state championship, Andrew White would also, I believe, secure his team in the top 10 likely here on the team points.
Past Tumwater.
The T-Birds will have a chance to come back, though, at 160.
We got a takedown here, 2-point takedown. Now, Belzo has a choice here. He either thinks he can turn him over or he's going to let him go and try to take him down 2 more times. Because every time you let him go, he's going to get 1 point out of that. So now he's down by 3 instead of 4. Andrew's going to do... if he finishes this, Belzo's in trouble. 40 seconds to go. He's got the wizard in still, Belzo. Come on, Andrew's got the wizard. He doesn't want to give up a takedown, but that's close. That's close. Both feet were in bounds. That was a close. Nobody's arguing about it. It's 26 seconds to go. Andrew just has to be solid here. Belzo has to do some gambling here.
A gamble here by Pelzo. He's got to do something.
Andrew's just going to grab onto the leg and stall. That's all he has to do is just hold on, and let the clock click. Smart wrestling. Make sure everything's tight. There's nothing there he can roll you over with. He's not even content, not even trying to take him down.
And that is it, and Andrew White finally does it. Andrew gets that elusive state championship in his senior year, and he is the champion. And these two guys, they know each other, they like each other. Coaches congratulate, and this is one of the rare cases where they know each other so well that even on the losing end, you feel pretty good for a kid like Andrew White.
Yeah, Belzo knows his history and all that, but Kellen will have his shot next year. He'll be a contender.
He'll be back maybe a little stronger, and, who knows. He'll get another chance at it, that's for sure. Well, 145 here in the weight class 2A is in the books, and Andrew White of WF West comes away with his first championship after coming up short 2 years in a row. He is now a state champion, and that something can never be taken away.
Yeah, congratulations, Andrew White. You deserve it. He's a great kid, great family, and I know he's planning on he's trying to go to Air Force, so hopefully his dreams come true there.
No question about it. Congratulations to Coach John Taylor and his crew as well of picking up an individual title here for the WF West Bearcats. All right, 145 in the books now. Up next, Bobby Reese of Kingston at weight class 152 will take on Braden Barazay of East Valley Spokane. We'll have that coming up for you next as we take a timeout. We'll be back after this break with more from Matt Classic 24, the 2A State Wrestling Championships on the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
That are following this
Alrighty.
are commenting on
Hey.
Twitter and that kind of thing.
Huh?
All they haven't done is words yet.
Hey.
All right, we are back here at Mat Classic 24, the AA State Championships. We're on the 2A mat. Paul Beatty here along with Greg Hargrave as we get to weight class 152. Bobby Reese of Kingston will take on Braden Burzay of East Valley of Spokane. And Greg, it's been an interesting bracket to say the least here, and Burzay had a lot to do that by pulling off an upset, it looks like, at regionals.
Yes, Mr. Manson from Cheney was a state champ last year, and he was defeated by Burzay at regionals, which made him unseatable during this tournament. You can only be seated if you win your region. So he was matched up with Bobby Reese, another returning state champ, the second match of the tournament on Friday. So that put Mr. Burzay in a nice predicament there because he was on the opposite half of both of those guys. So basically there's 3 number 1 seeds on one side, and he's down there with just one other one. So he put him in that situation, and it paid off. He's in the finals, but he has his hands full with Bobby Reese.
So Reese and Elias Mason of Cheney, as you mentioned, the other defending champion, that went to a 3-1 overtime, and Reese came out with a win. That was only the second match, the quarterfinals. Reese went on to beat Cole Ricardo of Centralia 16-5 this morning in the semifinals. Burzay beat AJ Atoigi of Sumner 10-2 to get to the finals. And right now, Reese and Burzay out on the mat, getting underway here with a minute and a half to go in the first round.
Yep, right now this is Bobby Reese, I think, is in a great position here to get a takedown. He's in no hurry. He better get in a little bit of a hurry because they might call stalemate, but he's got to keep working, try to get the takedown. There's no score yet. He might be greedy. He has the leg hook there. He might have been going for some back points himself, too. Okay, he got the 2-point takedown here. So Burzay could let go of that leg now and just start. Because I don't think he's going to get a reversal out of that position. So let's see what happens. Yeah, he's just going to buck up to his base now and start all over. Got 50 seconds to go in the first round, 2-0. Again, Bobby Reese was a state champion last year as a freshman. He's a sophomore this year. And Burzay wasn't a state placer at all last year. I don't see him anywhere in the program here. And he's a senior, so this is his last chance to get a crown.
And again, he did it by setting a bar at regionals with a big win there. And right now, only being down 2-0 here with 25 seconds left to go. Now Reese has a move on him.
He has an armbar on him. He's got some back points. He's got his 5 count, so he has a minimum of 3 points here. And let's see what Bobby could do here, if he could adjust or anything to get the pin. I think he's content of holding him there. He almost has like an arm crusher there. He's pulling him back. He's got 4 seconds. Let's see what happens.
And that he will last. Burzay will make it through the round, but he will give up another 3 points. That sometimes also seems to be a little unfair of the sport, is Reese had him controlled for about 45 seconds, and in the end, all you get is 3 points. Seems like you should be way more ahead than 5-0, and that's good for Burzay if he can get something done here in this round.
Exactly. And another thing is, when you have the lead and you have your opponent on his back, you can just keep him there and not try to pin him, and you can't get called for stalling if he's on his back and you're getting back points. So that's a strategy in its own. So let's see what's going on here. Burzay picked bottom. Bobby Reese went straight to that arm bar, which worked the first round. Let's see if he can get that far wrist and crank him over again and get some more back points.
So there's Bobby Reese on top now. Looks like he's changing up strategies.
Yeah, he's putting on a head lever there. He's still trying to get that arm bar in there. He knows it worked that first round. He's not going to give up on that. He's going to try to get him over with that again. And if nothing else, he looks really super busy. He's not going to get in trouble with stalling or anything by going for that. So let's see what happens here.
5-0 with 1:10 left to go here in the second round. Bobby Reese in control with a 5-0 lead, and now trying to get Burzay over on his back.
Yep, he still has that arm bar in there. He's let it go. He's going to try to break him down again. He's working on that head lever again. Head lever. Most of the time when people do head levers, they grab onto the wrist, not the, there, he's went to the wrist. Oh, now he's back to the bicep. He's still digging in that arm bar. He's trying to get it in there. I believe he has it in there. Yeah, he has it in there again. Going to try to roll him over, get control of that far hand so he can't defend it is what he's trying to do. Oh, he's got double arm bar, Paul. He's got an arm bar on both sides. This could be trouble. This could be trouble.
Now Reese squeezing down on Burzay. Burzay trying to survive another 17 seconds. Bobby Reese has the back points already and now squeezing it, trying to get both shoulders on the mat.
Yep, he's sitting out, trying to tighten it up. But I think Burzay saved himself out of that one too. Yep, he's going to get the 3 points.
3-point near fall, and he'll extend it to an 8-0 lead over Burzay, and in total control here as they enter the third round.
Yep, and let's see what he does now. I think Bobby Reese is going to pick up. Oh, no, wait a second. It's Burzay's choice. He's picking down.
All right, third round quickly. Third place at 152, Elias Mason of Cheney. Fourth place, Cole Ricardo of Centralia. Fifth place, AJ Atoigi of Sumner. Sixth place, Derek Troy of Mark Morris. Seventh place, Carter Bushman of Quincy. And eighth place, Carson Eiswald of Seaholm.
Okay, guess what, Paul? He went right to the armbar again. If it's working, don't fix it, right? So he's got that armbar. He's trying to get control of that far wrist again. And, of course, Burzay knows exactly what's going on because it just happened to him before the last two. Oh, he's got a double armbar, Paul. He's got an armbar on both sides. He's going to rock him a little bit, and I think he's going to be in trouble here, Burzay. And if he doesn't pin him, he can lay there the whole round if he wants to because, again, he's on his back. He's not going to get called for stalling or anything.
And Bobby Reese is really trying to apply the pressure here and now going for it as he's putting that double arm bar down, and Burzay just trying to survive another minute here. And Bobby Reese really dominating this match.
Yep. Again, I really don't know if Bobby needs to try to go for the pin or not, unless it's just a pride thing. But, he's adjusting. But he doesn't need to. He just needs to keep him on his back. Okay, watch the head. Oh, it's illegal to scissors or headlock or figure for the head this year. That's a new rule. In effect, you used to be able to figure for the head, but you can't this year. And Bobby stopped it before he did it. So everything there was legal. It's 11-0 now. Just keep Burzay on his belly, and he's going to win his second state championship.
Greg, and if you take a look at this 152 weight class, Burzay is a senior, and the eighth place finisher, Carson Eiswald's a senior, but Mason, Ricardo, Atoigi, Troy, Bushman, and Reese will all be back next year. That could be one heck of a weight class if they all stay in it.
Oh, yeah. That'd be, and you didn't include Bobby Reese in there, did you? Oh, yeah, you did.
Bobby
Okay,
Reese.
Yeah, that is one heck of a weight class.
And Bobby Reese will hold on for the 11-1 win. And great sportsmanship there by Braden Burzay, who had himself quite a run as Burzay ends up second at state. And Greg, you just have the feeling that probably was a pretty fun run there for Mr. Burzay, even though he fell short.
Yeah, he can't be disappointed that he had a great tournament. And his tournament, like we said, didn't start this weekend. It started last week, and he set himself up in a pretty good position. He took advantage of it, but Bobby Reese is a great wrestler. Got to tap your hat to him. He did a great job.
All right, Bobby Reese, our 152-pound weight champion here in the AA State Wrestling Tournament at Mat Classic 24. Up next will be weight class 160, and we have returning state champion Riley Prentice of Tumwater. He'll take on Cody Paxman of Cedar Crest. Real quick here, Greg, what do you expect in that match?
Well, they've been ranked number 1 and 2 all season long. Riley Prentice is one of his, he's lost twice this year. One of his losses is to Cody Paxman up in the Cedro Woolley tournament. So Riley's looking forward to this match. He really is. He wants some little redemption. He is defending his state title. Also, he's a returning state champion. and I believe Mr. Paxman was second place last year at 52. I'll have to look that up when we get back.
And we will do that. We're going to take a break here as we have wrapped up weight class 152. Bobby Reese, real quick before we break away, our champion so far at weight class 106, Glenn Robertson of Fife. At 113, Wyatt Scribner of Ellensburg. At 120, Jake Conzal of Deer Park. At 126, Cole Harris of Deer Park. At 132, Cody Yike of Olympic. At 138, Jake Velarde of North Kitsap. At 145, Andrew White of WF West. And at 152, Bobby Reese of Kingston is the state champions. Those are our state champions so far. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be weight class 160. Riley Prentice and Cody Paxman. That's next year, watching and listening to the MAT Classic Championships on the WIAA network.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said,
"Go to Les Schwab."
When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome here at MAT Classic 24. Paul Beatty along with Greg Hargrave. And we're at weight class 160. Greg, let's run down the other placers. In third place, Dylan Miller of Deer Park. In fourth place, Anton Yates of East Valley Yakima. In fifth place, Nick Gonzalez of East Valley Spokane. In sixth place, Stephen Camden of Washougal. 7th place, John Santos of Stillicum. And in 8th place, Bo Bryan of Black Hills. Now wrestling for the title, senior Riley Prentice of Tumwater and senior Cody Paxman of Cedar Crest. And Riley Prentice as the returning champion at 160 as well. He did not change weight classes.
No, he stayed at 160. Cody Paxman took 3rd place last year at 152, so he did put on some weight here. They have wrestled each other once this year already, and again, Cody was on top. He ended up winning somewhere like 5-3 or something. It was a close match. So let's see what happens here. Looks like Cody's in a good position. Riley should just get out of bounds. Let's see what he does. Cody wants to keep him in bounds, and he got him in bounds. So Cody starts off with a 2-0 lead with the takedown. Riley is on his hips. He should get to a base here. See what happens. Cody, they're both strong wrestlers. You can tell by right now the way they look. They're both strong. So let's see what goes on here. 45 seconds done here. Riley's trying to get to his base. Cody has a nice job of cowboying, which is hooking that near leg with his leg. Riley does a sit out, but Riley can't do anything until he gets that left arm free. So let's see what he's doing to get it free.
Less than a minute to go, 2-0. Paxman with a early lead on Riley Prentice of Tumwater, the returning state champion. Paxman trying to knock off Prentice for the 2nd time here this season.
He's doing a great job. See where that he has his leg hooked there, Paul? Now he just let go of it because he's got a spiral ride on, or it's not really a spiral ride. He has his arm underneath there. Okay, Riley's doing a sit out. He's waiting for a limb or a head to come over his shoulder or something so he can spin out of there. But again, Cody's doing a great job holding on to that near arm there where Riley can't do anything unless Riley turns that direction. So let's see what happens. There's a little scramble. Cody's doing a great job staying behind him, keeping the hips on hips. Riley's up, and he scores on the last 3 seconds. That's a beautiful escape by Prentice.
So Riley gets something out of it at the last second, but Paxman still holding 2-1 here. It'll be Riley's decision, and he's going to defer.
He defers. I'm sure he's going to pick down. And let's see, Mr. Prentice is one of those leg riders also. Let's see if he wants to put in a leg. What that does is if you get that leg right in there, you like to put the power half in or all that kind of stuff. But what it does is it wears out that bottom wrestler also.
And right there, Riley pointed to the lips of Paxman and thought he had a little blood on it, and so he go over and gets that taken care of.
Could be a nice little strategy to get an extra breather in or not. We'll see. Okay, Riley's on top. Let's see what Cody tries to do. He just balled up. Riley's got a nice cross wrist in there. He needs to figure out a way to break him down. Cowboy. And he snuck in that leg. There's that leg right I was telling you about, Paul. But he doesn't have the power half in. He might get himself in trouble here if he doesn't get underneath the arms. He's over that right arm right now. He needs to get underneath the armpits, or he's going to get too high. Or I think right now we're looking for a stalemate, what Prentice is looking for. If not, he's going to get in trouble. He's in trouble. Got a 2-point reversal, Cody. And again, what does Cody do? He's going for that near arm right away to keep Riley Prentice from doing what he wants to do.
So 4-1 now. Cody Paxman up over Riley Prentice with 1:10 to go here in the 2nd round, coming up about halfway through the match. And now another escape for Riley, so it's 4-2.
4-2, going for a head and arm. A head and arm. And he got it.
Riley Prentice trying to put the pressure on. Paxman trying to roll him through. But Riley staying on top, and now they're out of bounds. And so what's the scoring going to be here?
Prentice is going to get a takedown. He's going to get a 3-point near fall, it looks like. And a 1-point escape, which is crazy. I think maybe that should have been a 2-point reversal because there was really no escape involved there. You're either in control. I don't know. Let them decide. There's 2 refs out there.
And that's what I think the head coach for Paxman of Cedar Crest is asking. How could that be an escape? That should have been a reversal.
Yeah, and it could have been even more dangerous for Prentice too, because both of his shoulders were still in bounds. But I guess I don't know exactly what the rules are when all 4 feet are out of bounds, but the shoulders are in, I don't know. They're wearing the stripes today.
So 7-5. Oh, they gave him 2 points. Oh, they gave 2 points to Riley.
For a takedown and a 3-point near fall, and he already had 2 escapes. So yeah, he has 7, and then Cody now has 5. He had 4, so he gets a 1-point. Riley lost control is what they're saying.
Okay, so had the coach not contested, it would still be 5-5. That's what they had. They had not caught it until then.
Yeah, Coach Prentice is explaining what the score should be, and I think the score clock's correct right now.
Yeah, there was definitely a takedown and a near fall, and Riley definitely had 2 escapes, so it is correct. 47-7, check that, 47 seconds. Oh, hold on. Cedar Crest coach wants to talk again, and they think that he should have 6 points, but they called an escape, I think, and not a reversal.
Okay, coaches are doing a good job fighting for their opponents or their athletes. They should. Cody's going straight for that takedown again. He's definitely the offensive wrestler when they're on their feet like this, besides Riley's head and arm there. Riley's trying to flee the mat again. Watch out, you could get in trouble. That's usually a technical foul if he runs out on purpose. Let's see what happens. Oh, nice scramble from Prentice. 15 seconds. He doesn't want to give up anything.
10 seconds, and they're tied up, down to 7. Riley Prentice with a 7-5 lead here in the second round, trying to not hold on and not give up any more points than he will. And we'll go to a deciding third round, no question about it. We knew this is going to be this type of match.
Yeah, great match. These are fun to watch. Riley's going to pick down. Let's see if Cody lets him up on purpose to give up the 1 point, get it on his feet, or is he going to think he can turn him over? Let's see what happens.
So here comes Paxman. And now Riley trying to sit out of it.
Yeah, Riley's just contending, sitting there, caging up, doesn't want to give up any back points. And I don't know if he really wants to stand up so quickly or not anyways. Let's see. I have a feeling Cody's going to let him go here pretty darn quick and take his gamble on the feet. Let's see. At the moment, Prentice is in a good position. Yeah, he's working his way up, moving a little bit.
At some point, you expect Paxman just to let him up?
Yeah, but I would have done it sooner than later. Coach is saying let him go right now. But Riley's just going to keep moving. Let's see it. The first minute's almost gone. Coaches are saying let him go. He's already wasted the 1 minute this round. 1 to go. Let's see what's going on. Riley's ahead by 3 now. He got a 1 point escape. Riley's just doing a 2-on-1 move where it's almost impossible to take a shot if he's got your wrist like that. He's got a Russian in there. Acting busy.
Now Paxman's got to get a takedown and then let him go and then try to get another one is his only hope here, isn't it?
Yep. With 30 seconds to go, that's a tall order to do against a state champion.
Riley Prentice trying to hold on here. 25 seconds to go, 8-5. Paxman only one of 2 winners against Prentice all year. And Riley trying to account for that, and he's got 15 seconds to go.
Yep. 10 seconds to go. He's just content. He can stall the rest of the way. That's all he's doing is just pushing the hips away. Just pushing them away.
1 second, and Riley Prentice will be a 2-time defending champion. Riley Prentice of Tumwater wins it 8-5.
Nice. That was a nice match. Got away with a head and arm for 5 points. That you don't see that very often in the finals like that. Good job, Riley.
And Cody Paxman, a senior, will come down and he will wrap his arms and legs around brother Patrick and then go over and hug his father Tony, who is there also coaches, and of course our official expert over there, John Lane, excited about the T-Bird win. And I think Riley's done something that his brother and father never did.
Yep, won 2 state championships for their high school.
Exactly. So good for Riley Prentice. And what a match there by Cody Paxman that made him earn every single second of that championship.
Yeah, very exciting match. Very, very exciting. They were just going at it from the first whistle to the end. That was a neat match.
No question about it. So 160 now in the books here at weight class 160 here at Matt Classic 24. Up next, 170. And Greg, we've got Brock Beeler of Clarkston going against Tyler Coates of Ellensburg. And that is coming up at weight class 170. Right now we're going to take a break. Riley Prentice is your champion at weight class 160. Back with 170 at Matt Classic 24, the AA State Wrestling Championships here on the WIAA Network.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
"Come on in."
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome here at Matt Classic 24. Paul Beatty along with Greg Hargrave. We're up to weight class 170, Greg, and we've got Brock Beeler of Clarkston taking on Tyler Coates of Ellensburg. A couple of seniors and a rematch from last weekend's regionals. I think is that Region 3?
I don't know if the South is Region 3 or what do we got here?
Region 4.
Region 4, okay, yeah. Eastern Washington there. I think Tyler Coates was the favorite all year when it came to regionals. Beeler ended up winning that. He came in as the 1 seed to the state tournament, but they match up again right now. Tyler Coates took third last year in the 160-pound weight class, and Beeler took a fifth at the 171-pound weight class last year.
So he's able to stay pretty close to the 170 at least, obviously, and Coates is stepping up a little bit, and I think this will be Clarkston's only entry into the finals against Ellensburg's Tyler Coates.
Yep. I have to give the edge to Mr. Coates here, even though he lost last weekend. But let's see if Beeler could come up with 2 wins in a row, back-to-back weekends.
So coming in, Coates beat Jose Duran of Aberdeen 11-7, and then pinned his next 2 to get to the finals. Beeler had 2 straight pins, and then a 3-1 win this morning in the semifinals to get to the championship to face his familiar foe.
Yep. Oh, he got his feet in. That should be a 2-point takedown. Yes.
And Beeler jumps out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, even though Tyler's whole body was out of bounds, Beeler's feet were in bounds. He gets the credit there for the 2 points.
So now Beeler over the top, and we're underway here. 1:10 to go in the first round, and Beeler takes an early 2-0 lead here in weight class 170 finals.
Yep, it looks like he's going for a cross wrist 2-on-1 situation, keeping Tyler from doing anything he really wants to do down there. We see a little hand fighting going on, but Tyler's going to have to do a little bit more than that if he wants to score anything this round. We got about 40 seconds to go. And again, these are 2 wrestlers that know each other. They're in the same league. I take that back. They're not in the same league. They're just in the same region. Tyler got a 1-point escape. And nice throw to his back. This could be a 5-point throw, Paul. 2 for the takedown and 3 for the near fall.
18 seconds. Beeler trying to hold on. Coates trying to finish it in the first, and he can't do it.
Nope, he had an opportunity there. But 5 points does help. So let's see what we have here. 6-2 is the score. That's correct. 10 seconds to go. And that was a nice throw. Again, Tyler Coates, he was a national champion 2 years ago in Fargo, North Dakota in Greco-Roman. Or it could have been freestyle, I don't know. But he was a national champion. And what they do is they do a lot of throws like that there. So you don't want to tie up with somebody that knows how to do that kind of stuff.
And he nearly put it away in the first round, but now Beeler has a second chance opportunity as he gets into the second round. Here's the other placers, weight class 170, third place, Dakota Hinton of Squim. Jason Jorgensen was 4th of Deer Park. 5th place, Preston Churchill of Centralia. 6th place, Martin Vacamos of Cedar Crest. Jose Duran of Aberdeen was 7th, and Brandon Todd of Archbishop Murphy was 8th.
Again, Tyler Coates went for the stand-up. He's looking for the 1 point instead of the 2 points. Let's see. He's doing some hand fighting. He wants to stay in bounds. Let's see what's going on there. He's still moving, and they go out of bounds. They're going to start back up and down position. That takes a lot of energy, and I've seen Tyler lose gas in the third round a whole lot of times. Let's hope he doesn't do it today.
Well, nice save there by the official. It looked like Tyler almost kissed the cement there. It's once you get off the mat, it's solid cement down here on the Tacoma Dome floor.
Yeah, there's no cushions down here. Again, Tyler went for the stand-up again. And Beeler did a great job keeping him down, and now he's going to keep him on his belly for a while. That's the second worst place you want to be besides your back, Paul.
Well, if Beeler knows that you may be able to get to Coates, the advantage is, regardless of what he's doing, is to extend this match.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure he's using he doesn't want Coach to relax at all. Oh, we got a stalling warning on the bottom man, Coates, because I think he is trying to recruit some energy down there, and the referee's not going to let that happen. He's trying to dig it out. He's trying to place that arm in the middle of his back, and he's going to go for an arm bar or something. Let's see what happens. I think he has the wrist still. He's putting some pressure on the back, trying to dig it out. Coach isn't going to let him dig it out. If you're going to dig it out, you got to put a lot of pressure and weight on that back so he can't buck up like that. Tyler's trying to get up with it, and he's trying to dig it out.
And we're just grinding away here with 30 seconds to go here in the second round. 6-2. Another stall.
I think they understood what Coach is acting busy down there apparently. And the referee thinks he's resting down there, so he just got dinged for another point, or a point for a second stall warning.
And now the coach wants to have a word with the official with 7.7 seconds to go in the second round.
Well, the coach is smart here. I would talk to him as long as I possibly can, too, to give Tyler some more breathing time here.
Part of the strategy as well, but again, Beeler doing a nice job after almost getting pinned in the first round of staying in it and now extending, and you can see Tyler trying to catch his breath.
Yep, they got 7 seconds to go here, and it's going to be a long third round, I have a feeling, for Tyler. So let's see what happens.
So here comes Coates. He'll take the down position. Beeler up over top. 6-3. Coates tries to get a point here in the last 7 seconds, and they run out of bounds. And Coates will be on the bottom again with 2.6 seconds.
Yep. He can get an escape here with 2 seconds, so let's see if he goes for it, if he's just going to try to save his energy for the third. Now he's going for it. He's going for it.
And that'll take us to the end of the second round as Beeler holds on and trails by 3, 6-3. And now, with an escape, he can get up and with a takedown, get right back into this.
Tie it up, and that's what he's trying to do. Get away, gets his 1 point. A takedown here. We're starting over with the new wrestling match with a little momentum going Beeler's way. Let's see what happens here. And again, we got to remember, Tyler Coates already has his 2 stall warnings. So next is another point. Then after that, it's 2 points. Then after that, it's the match if it goes that far. But I have a feeling it won't.
And right now, Beeler, he may be figuring, you know what? I kind of want to take it down to the wire here a little bit too and not move too early.
Yep, but again, he can't afford to give up another stall though. Because then a takedown.
I mean Beeler.
Oh, Beeler, yeah. I would really act busy if I was Beeler. I'd be shooting. Not only do you need the takedown to tie it up, but it'll wear Coach down and it'll force him to have to do something. Let's see here. We got 1 minute to go.
Beeler's got the leg underneath there, trying to pull it through.
See a stalemate. Yeah, there's a stalemate. 53 seconds to go. He's got to get, Beeler has to get after it. Again, these are both seniors.
Laying it all out on the line there between Beeler and Coates here. And again, Beeler got the best of Coates at regionals. And right now, Coates trying to hold on.
He's got a leg, extended half. He's trying to crank him over to get some back points. If the referee does 1 count, there should be a takedown. There's a count. So no matter what, he gets the 2-point takedown, and he's going to get near fall points too. And again, Tyler can just stay right there because there's no stalling when your opponent's on his back. He's smiling. He knows exactly what's going on now. He's not even trying to pin him right now. He's just going to stay right there and feel the vibes of being the state champion. What a great feeling.
Down to 2-1, and that is the match. Tyler Coates hugging Beeler at the same time, knowing that this young man gave him all he wanted, got him at regionals, and Coates comes back to get it here at the state championship.
Yep, that's Ellensburg's second state champion today. And that, being a state champion doesn't take overnight, Paul. A lot of wrestling matches that kid has wrestled. Hundreds and hundreds of them his whole life. I don't know what his plans are next year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the college level somewhere.
All right, that's 170. It goes to Tyler Coates of Ellensburg. We're going to take a break here. Up next, weight class 182, and we have a freshman versus a senior. Kaiser Bailey of Centralia takes on Jeremy Corthius of Linden. That's next as we take a break here at Matt Classic 24 on the WIAA network.
One Saturday night, someone went through town slashing tires. Sunday morning, one of Andy Spencer's customers at Les Schwab went to Andy's house to see if he could help.
You got it.
Andy got in his truck and drove up and down the streets, helping anyone who needed it. He worked at it pretty hard most of the day.
That's all of them.
Andy didn't tell anybody no. He really went above and beyond his duties as a manager and a neighbor. I'm James Hamilton, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome, and it's time for weight class 182 for here at weight class, or I should say double A, Matt Classic 24. Kaiser Bailey, a freshman, will take on Jeremy Corthius of Linden. And Greg, a matchup of a senior with a freshman here, and that a little unusual at weight class 182, isn't it?
Yeah, the bigger the boys get, you know, and you're a freshman, you're going against men. I mean, they're big, strong guys here. But Kaiser, he's no small Twinkie himself. Look at him. He's a pretty big boy himself. He is a sub-regionals and regional champion, so he knows how it is to be on top of the podium. Let's see what he does here. He's had a great tournament so far.
Kaiser in the orange, and right now a nice move there by Courtheis.
Yep, and Kaiser, that doesn't scare him. He was down 7-0 his last match and came back and won, but let's see what happens here. The senior isn't wasting any time scoring points though, Paul. He's got a cradle, and it's a pin. It's done.
And over very quickly for the freshman as Kaiser Bailey ends up getting pinned by Jeremy Courtheis of Linden, and a lesson for maybe the young man as he had a tremendous run at subs regionals and now here all the way to the state championship. And look at the head coach of Linden give him a nice pep talk over there. And there's his father, big father, Dwayne Bailey over there. And it was we were going to run down how he got into that. It was an interesting semifinal. But let's run down the others as well. But a huge congratulations to Jeremy Courtheis, who was third last year.
Yeah, he was third last year in the 171-pound bracket, and he's a senior. He's been in the state tournament, I know, the last 2 years, and it is his turn. So Kaiser will have his opportunities here the next 3 years.
No question about it. And other placers here at 182. Third place went to Dante Gray of Seaholm. Brian Christian, Port Angeles, was fourth. Fifth place went to Ramsey Davis of Washington. Sixth place, Chris Skinner of White River. Seventh place, Zach Goodpaster of Sela. And in eighth place, Connor Cruz of Archbishop Murphy. So, again, a quick one here at 182. And senior Jeremy Courtheis wasted no time and was able to pin Kaiser Bailey of Centralia here in the first round. We'll take a break here on our AA mats as Mat Classic 24 marches on. Still more action going on the other mats and then the awards. We'll be back with 195. And I think we'll have a good match here, Greg, between Cameron Schlatter of Cheney and Centraia's Dana Squibb. Centraia's last chance to get an individual championship.
Exactly. The next three, we have three more matches, and we're done tonight. All three of them are going to be great matches to watch.
All right, join us in a few moments. Right now, we'll take a break here watching and listening to high school wrestling, the Mat Classic 24 here on the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
And we are back here at the Tacoma Dome, Mad Classic 24, the state wrestling championships. And weight class 195, Greg, we've got Cameron Schlatter, a junior from Cheney, up against senior Dana Squibb of Centralia. And coming into this, Dana has been on quite a roll, and is probably a little bit favored coming into this, would you say?
Yeah, I would say he's favored. He did take 5th place last year at the 189-pound weight class, which was mostly solid seniors except Joey Gomez, which is going to be wrestling the next match here at the 220-pound weight class. And is it Schlatter? Is that how you pronounce it, Paul? I'm looking, he didn't place anywhere last year. So when it comes to some experience, I think Mr. Squibb has a little nod here. And I know how tough Centralia's schedule is, too. So I know he's wrestled a lot of good wrestlers, too. So I'd have to give my nod to Squibb, but we'll see.
And the Tigers came in with hopes of really giving Deer Park a run for their money for the team title. In the end, they've had 3 finalists. 2 have come up short. And now this is their last chance on the boys' side to get an individual championship. And that means a lot as well.
That does mean a lot. Mr. Belzo had a nice shot, but again, Andrew White, tough wrestler. They've wrestled each other before and stuff. I think this is Centralia's best shot of getting their title they're looking for.
They did pick up one on the girls' mat there. Ryan Gibbons just winning for the Tigers. Meantime, for Cheney and Schlatter, he comes in. This is Cameron Schlatter, and he started, where did he start? He started with a pinfall over Chase Davis of North Mason, then an 11-3 win over Gage Reif of Chehalis, and then a 3-0, and this was the bit of an upset, wasn't it? Probably Schlatter over O'Halleck of Olympic.
Yeah, O'Halleck was a state champion in the 3A division 2 years ago. Last year he had a concussion, so he couldn't wrestle. So he had high hopes of being a state champion this year, but Schlatter beat him 3-0.
And here Dana Squibb has come in with a pin in the first. He's got 3 pins here in his 3 matches, and he'll go for 4 in a row here.
He's on a mission, Paul. They're about ready to start.
We're underway, weight class 195. Dana Squibb of Centralia and Cameron Schlatter of Cheney.
Starting right there, he's just tying up with the Russian. Squibb is trying to get a hook. Now we're getting to the weight classes where they're a little bit afraid to shoot for the legs because that's a lot of weight. Right when I just say that, he shoots for the legs. But the next couple weight classes, you don't want to get stuck underneath all this weight and stuff. The extended halves and pancakes and spins and all that stuff's going to come up. So let's see what Dana does here. How is he going to get behind him?
And Squibb is one that likes to do a lot of those leg rides that you talk about as well.
Yeah, he does have a bad habit of giving up weird points, but he always ends up scrambling back and usually getting his victories. But he's known to making mistakes once in a while. Jake Grantham last week, by the way, had him, if you remember right, had him on his back that first round, almost got pinned, came out of it and ended up pinning Jake. But yeah, he gets himself in trouble sometimes.
I think he did that in his second match. Well, in the quarters, he got himself in a little bit of trouble, as you mentioned. And a good scouting report, likely from Cheney's head coaches, is probably telling their man, Cameron Schlatter, that when he makes a mistake, you make sure to take advantage of it.
Yep, he's behind him, Squibb is. If he can get that knee down on the ground, he might end up getting a takedown out of this. Let's see what happens. It looks like he's choking, but he's not. There's a head and an arm in that lock he has there. Dana needs to get behind him if he wants any points, but nope, it's a stalemate, it looks like. Or blood, he sees blood somewhere. Blood. Dana has some blood on his forehead.
So a little blood on the nose, and he didn't realize it. And that will stop things with no score here in the first round. Gives us a chance to run down the other placers, Greg. At 195, in third place, Tyrus Kemp from Ephrata. Nice tournament for Tyrus, just a sophomore. and another sophomore, two guys to look for next year. In fourth place, Jake Grantham of North Thurston, and they ended up an 8-4 match for third and fourth. Caleb Johnson of Blaine was fifth. Caleb O'Halleck of Olympic ended up sixth. Tyrell Cronk of Mount Baker seventh, and Gage Rife of WF West was eighth. But I think Grantham has wrestled Squibb several times, and Dana will say that he is a tough young man. And take a look at Kemp from Ephrata and Schlatter of Cheney, all underclassmen. Here's another weight class that looks like it's going to be darn tough for the next year.
Yeah, another weight class with only 2 seniors in the top 8. So, yeah, there's going to be some more experience coming next year's SMAC Classic. Okay, the blood's all cleaned up. We got about 15 seconds in the first round. Score still 0-0. Seeing a little bit more offense out of Cameron from Cheney. He's got a single. Time's going to run out.
That takes us to the end of the first round. No score between Squibb and Schlatter here, and Schlatter will take the down position.
Yep, I saw Slaughter. He was going to defer, but all the coaches down there say, no, down. So it might be that, that first score thing. You never know. And then there's another leg rider, Paul. Right off the bat, he tries to stick that leg in. And he has that power half in there, and what he's trying to do is just crank him over, break that 45 degrees, and get your back points. But he needs that leg in a little deeper. Cameron has the foot. He's a strong kid. He's climbing up. Dana's way too high. He's in a bad position up on top. Schlatter should score on this. Let's see what happens. Yep, he gave him a 2-point reversal. So Dana's going to have to do something to get those points back. Cameron's up 2-0 from Cheney.
Coming up on halfway through the match, 1 minute to go here in the second, and Schlatter takes a 2-0 lead over Dana Squibb.
Yep, Cameron is just has the wrist, trying to hook the legs, trying to ball them all up so he can't move. And Dana just did a nice switch. Got 2 points, ties this up, and let's see if Dana Squibb wants to stick that leg in again. It got him in trouble the first time. Right now he has his ankle. If he holds on that forever, they might call that stalling. Let's see. Now the foot's out now. We got 25 seconds.
So looks like he's trying to do some cradle or something there.
It could be potentially dangerous. I don't exactly know what he's doing. He's just draping over the body right now, which isn't really the best wrestling position to have. So right now I think Squibb's just content to have this round go out so he can pick the bottom position himself. It's going to be 2-2 going into the third.
So we're tied at 2 apiece. 1 round to go here, weight class 195. And Centraea's Dana Squibb will take the down position. Cameron Schlatter of Cheney, who had the early lead, gave up just the reversal. And this is going to be a really grind out third round, you kind of figure, in this one.
Yep. Coaches said, give him the 1 point escape and let's start on your feet. And Cameron says, Coach, let me ride him for a while first. So let's see if he made a mistake or not here. And again, Dana Squibb's just, he's not even acting busy. He better start moving a little bit or he's going to get a stall warning himself. I think he's sort of waiting a little bit towards the end of the round for him to score his points so he could just win this thing. Let's see. The last time he scored, he did do the switch. Most of the wrestlers at this level like to do the stand-ups. But he got the armbar. Cameron's got the armbar locked in there. Let's see if he can roll him over and get some back points or not. Watt, he's going for the half Nelson on the other side and the armbar on one side. He looks a little high. Squibb can go through the back door here. Let's see what happens here. Oh, potentially dangerous, cranking on the knee.
He had a good hold of that one here, and now we're tied at 2 apiece. 56 seconds. Now both wrestlers, someone's got to go after it here.
Somebody's got to go after it. Cameron's has to keep him down. Dana they let him go. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but if it was, I don't think I would have intentionally let him go. But he's down by 1 now, Cameron is. And Dana, I don't believe he has a stall yet. Oh, he's behind him. He's looking good. Now a 3-point lead, Paul. He just needs to lay on top, act busy a little bit. He's cowboyed the leg, so he can't do any sit-outs or switches or anything like that. And if he tries to Granby, he's going to get himself stuck. So that's a nice, I don't like to call it a stalling move, but when you do want to stall, you sort of like to cowboy that near leg like Squibb did, and then maybe get a cross wrist in there or something. But let's see. The last thing you want to do is stand up and tie up. But
9 seconds to go, down to 5 seconds. Dennis Squibb, and a stall warning against Squibb.
That's fine, no damage there. I'd stall again if I can. 5 seconds to go.
Should be 5-3 on the scoreboard, right?
No, that was just a warning.
Oh, that's right. And Dana Squibb gets the championship. And Dana Squibb, what an outstanding young man he is, and gives his competitor a big hug and congratulates him. And Cameron Schlatter put up a pretty darn good fight there for the junior. And Schlatter, only a junior, going to have a chance to come back and get right back here to the title match.
Yep, he put up a great fight, had a great tournament. He can't be bad or sad too much about his tournament. Second place isn't too bad when you've never placed before. So we'll see more. We'll see more of Cameron next year.
No question about it. So there's 195 now in the books. Dana Squibb of Centralia gets their lone individual championship on the boys' side. We do know that they did get one on the girls' side, and Ryan Gibbons at 195, a freshman, getting a state title as well for the Tigers on the girls' side. So with that, that'll also cement Centralia's, not that it wasn't cemented already, but that'll keep them firmly in place in second place. Deer Park will be the team champions. Centralia will be second. And I think we still have a little bit of a fight somewhere between Fife and Ellensburg. Is anyone left? No, I don't think anyone's left. So not sure if there's much more of a scramble. So, okay, other than that, so there is some teams scrambling still left to go, and we'll find out. Only 2 matches to go. 220 is next. Joey Gomez of Othello will take on CJ Rodriguez of Deer Park, and that'll be for weight class 220. You're listening and watching the Met Classic 24 Championships, the AA State Wrestling Championships, right here on the WIAA Network.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
"Come on in."
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we are back here at the Tacoma Dome, Matt Classic 24 on the WIAA network. Paul Beatty along with Greg Hargrave. And Greg, we're up to weight class 220. And just like Andrew White of Chehalis, we've got Joey Gomez of Othello, who's placed second 2 years in a row and looking for third time's the charm. He's up against C.J. Rodriguez of Deer Park, and coming in, it looks like Gomez should be the favorite in this one.
Yeah, again, he has the experience for this final match, and I do know Joey pretty good. My son wrestled him last year on the finals, so I know his strategy. He's just a grinder. He's just going to get him on his belly and try to just roll him over with the simple armbar or half. Already Rodriguez has done better than he did last week. He took third place at regionals. The worst he can do here is second, so he's having a great tournament.
Absolutely, and that's why I say it looks like on paper Gomez, when you go up against third place in the regionals, you would think that Gomez would be the favorite in this one. But again, another prodigy from Deer Park, and the Stags always know how to compete.
Yeah, whenever you're wrestling somebody that says Deer Park, they know how to win. The coaches know how to coach. So you better wrestle a pretty sound match.
But Gomez jumps out to an early lead over Rodriguez.
Yep, and let's see if he can just keep him on his belly, and he's going to try to dig that arm out probably and just go for a simple arm bars or simple halves, and I guarantee he's going to try to go for a pin his senior year. He's digging it out, Paul. But the only thing he should be putting more weight on that shoulder or back while he digs that up so Rodriguez can't buck up like that. So let's see what's going on. He got him over on a half Nelson, Paul. He's on his back, and he's inbounds. Lots of time. There's 50 seconds left. Let's see if Gomez goes out with the way he wants to.
Gomez trying to squeeze it down to end it here in the first round. 40 seconds to go. Joey Gomez of Othello squeezing hard on C.J. Rodriguez of Deer Park. And Gomez trying to get his first state title taken care of here in the first round and cannot do it. Rodriguez able to escape.
Yep, nice. That's a lot of weight, 220 pounds, Paul, to arch out of there and get out of that. Nice fight from Rodriguez. Anything could happen. We saw a couple matches today when somebody's down by 7, comes back and wins the match because they fought hard like that in the first round.
The only way you can win is to stay alive, and that's what Rodriguez did, and now they're out of bounds. Rodriguez advanced with a 5-4 win over Garrett Pancook of Centralia, and Rodriguez, well, he was behind in that one too. He had to he came from behind, took the lead, and then Pancook looked like he might have gotten a takedown at the buzzer, but he was out of bounds, and nope. Rodriguez held on to get to the finals.
Yep, a lot of close matches there. That's the end of the first round. It's 5-0. Gomez.
And Gomez gets here with a 7-1 win over Corey Roblin, then an 11-2 win over Sterling Honeycutt, and a pinfall over Jack Welker of Kingston to get to the finals.
Joey Gomez quick on the whistle to stand up. He's going to get his 1 point. And I'm just guessing that this could be a long round for Mr. Rodriguez. Let's see. He's got a takedown. And again, Gomez isn't flashy or anything. He's just going to do your arm bars and half Nelsons. But it works. He's a powerful young man.
And there's, I think, a little blood timeout here as I think we got some blood coming from the nose of Rodriguez. Quickly, Greg, the other placers here in 220. Raul Peck of Toppenish was third. Garrett Pancook of Centralia fourth. Jack Welker of Kingston fifth. Abraham Afoa of Fife was sixth. Kyle White of West Valley Spokane was seventh. And Mason Reddy of, Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce, just a freshman, was eighth place. So a nice tournament there for Mason. As a freshman in 220, that's a tall order, isn't it?
That is a very tall order. You don't see too many of those here. Okay, we're going to resume here. Minute 42 to go. The score's 8-0 already. Let's see if Gomez can just break him down. Nice stand-up by Rodriguez. Quick. But sometimes a quick stand-up means a quick takedown. He's reaching back for a head, which you usually don't want to do. But when you're down by 8 points, you get the green light sometimes to go for these gambling moves. Something needs to go your way. You need to catch him off guard somewhere. Because you're not going to win the match by just standing up and taking down now. You need to catch him on his back. Okay, he's got Gomez was going for a 3/4 Nelson there. He's on top. Again, let's see if Rodriguez shoots up again or if he's going to try a switch or a roll or something.
So here comes Gomez over the top again with an 8-0 lead and coming up on 1 minute to go here in the second round.
Yep, Gomez has a cross wrist. He's got Rodriguez down to his belly, and like I said in the earlier matches, that's a place you really don't want to be, Paul. It goes from your knees to your belly to your back usually. So now he's on his side, his hip, and Gomez is just working on it, just going for those high percentage moves. Again, he's back to a base, so Gomez is going to just try to break him down again, down to his belly, and then he worries about the half Nelsons and arm bars after that.
And now Rodriguez gets to the out of bounds, and they'll start over with Rodriguez in a down position and an 8-0 lead. Like you say, Greg, don't do anything silly if you're Gomez.
Exactly. But you don't want to give up these easy, cheap points either. So, again, Rodriguez came up nice and tight, half.
And now Gomez putting the pressure on Rodriguez.
We got 10 seconds. Let's see if he can suck him back. The crowd's yelling Joey. Let's see here. Rodriguez is a fighter, though. Yep.
And once again, Rodriguez escapes the pin for the second time in this match. 11-0 is now the final. And now you're also in position of a potential technical fall, right?
Yep, he needs 4 more points for that. The Deer Park, I think it was Joey's choice that time. And apparently he just chose on his feet. I think he wants to get a takedown and take him to his back here. Let's see what happens. He could be, there's no stall warnings or anything, but I don't think Joey even has to play the stall game here. I think he's pretty confident in his wrestling right now to take that shot.
He's in total control here, and there's another takedown for Gomez, and he'll go up 13-0, and now a near fall will get him, and that'll get him at least a technical fall if he can get there if he doesn't get the pin.
I think the match is over. We got a 2 count in there. Is there a 2 count? It's over, 15-0. Joey Gomez, state champion.
Joey Gomez, a 15-0 win over CJ Rodriguez. And CJ, hey man, the junior just can't, as disappointing as it is, you're talking about a guy who's been to the state finals twice and finally wins one. And here you are, third in regionals, and you get to you'll look back on it and be pretty proud of what he accomplished.
Yeah, he was a big part of that Deer Park, being up there on top of that board there for the team score. So he can't be disappointed at all. He'll go home feeling good.
Well, yeah, his match against Pancook of Centralia, key in the team race, that pretty much sealed it with that win over Pancook in the semifinals. Otherwise, it's 9 points for and 9 points against the other way. It's like an 18-point swing in the team standings, and going into the finals would have been a completely different story.
Yep, you're right. Right now, neither team can score any more points. They're both done, but looks like Deer Park won by 24. And if you took 18 off of that, within a 6, that'd have been a fun race.
It would have been a whole lot different in the finals. So Joey Gomez finally gets it. Third time's the charm for Joey Gomez of Othello. He is a 220 state champion, AA state champion here at Matt Classic 24. Well, we've gone through 13, 1 to go. That'll be the 285. Robbie McNair, a senior from Cedar Crest, will take on senior Alec Postlethwaite of Mount Baker. We'll wrap it up with the 285 championship coming up here. You're watching Matt Classic 24, the AA state title or state championships right here on the WIAA network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome here on the WIAA Network. 13 down, 1 to go. Weight class 285. Senior Robbie McNair of Cedar Crest will take on senior Alex Postlethwaite of Mount Baker. Paul Beatty here with Greg Hargrave at the Tacoma Dome. We are mat side of the AA State Wrestling Championships. And Greg, we're going to end it on a rematch of the Region 1 regional tournament last week between Postlethwaite and McNair. And Postlethwaite got the better of them last week with the regional championship.
Yeah, they're in the same region. I'm sure they've wrestled each other a few times this year already. They know each other. But I've been watching this kid from Mount Baker all tournament long. He looks like the real deal. I'm sure somebody's going to want him to wrestle for them next year at some college. So I'm putting my money on the Mount Baker kid, but let's see. I keep saying this kid. I should get their names down here, Paul. McNair. If I remember right, he won 2 close matches from what I saw. Oh yeah, 2 overtime matches. Yeah. So yeah, he's had some tight matches. So his goal is to make this close and go into overtime.
No question about it, and they're underway. McNair, in fact, maybe beat one of the favorites here. Evan Ernest, who is a good one from Arian Long, beat him 5-4 in overtime. Came back to beat another good one from Fife, Monique Falaja. 2 1 seeds, 8-6 in overtime. So it's been a heck of a tournament for Robbie McNair.
Yep, and heavyweights, they sort of referee them a little bit different. It looks like they're stalling all the time, but they're just so darn big, Paul. It's almost like sumo, and they're just wrestling around. And oh, there's the throw. Got a 2-point takedown.
And the pin. Wow. 1:22 left on the clock. Total of 38 seconds. And Postlethwaite of Mount Baker wasted no time to claim his state championship. And Robbie McNair will end up second. We didn't even have time to run down the other competitors. So
he took 3rd place last year. He's a senior, Alex is, and he wins it this year. That's a good job. Had a great tournament. He was pretty much dominating the whole tournament. He looked tough.
He did. He won the semifinals by pinfall. Won his first match by pin. Won the quarterfinals over Jaime Miranda of Aberdeen was his toughest match. 93. We bring up Miranda because he ends up 3rd for Aberdeen. Martin Torres of Grandview was 4th. Monique Falaja of Fife was 5th. Brendan Best of North Kitsap 6th. Alex Hackman of West Valley Spokane was 7th. And Michael Myers of Port Angeles was 8th. But the state champion is Alec Postlethwaite of Mount Baker. Well, before we break away, let's wrap this up for the night here at the 2A mats. Let's run down all of our state champions one more time. Weight class 106, Glenn Robertson of Fife, state champion. Weight class 113, Wyatt Scribner of Ellensburg, champion. Weight class 120, Jake Consul of Deer Park, champion. 126, Cole Harris of Deer Park, champion. 132, Cody Yike of Olympic, he's a champion. Jake Velarde of North Kitsap, 138, champion. Andrew White of WF West, 145, champion. 152, sophomore Bobby Reese of Kingston was a champion. Riley Prentice of Tumwater repeated at 160 as a champion. Tyler Coates of Ellensburg, 170 champion. Jeremy Courtheis of Linden, a champion at 182. At 195, Centraea's Dana Squibb, champion. Joey Gomez of Othello at 220, champion. And wrapping it up, Alec Postlethwaite of Mount Baker, champion at 285. The team championship goes to Deer Park. Well, for Greg Hargrave, John Lane, our officials expert, I'm Paul Beatty. Thanks for joining us here on the WIAA Network. Thank you so much. Good night and good evening.
Good job, Paul.
Good night and good evening. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Let's end it on just a horrible note.